Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan, and today we are here for the JESPERI KOTKANIEMI offer sheet deadline. If you're watching this in the replay, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We got some big news before the offer sheet deadline, so I decided to go live. So it looks like, okay, there's a lot to break down here, but let me know in the chat if you're here. Say hello in the chat, hit the like button. Let's get this stream started. It's going to be a super fun one this afternoon, guys, because we got a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to Christian Dvorak trade. Now, I obviously have Christian Dvorak to the Habs in the title. There was a lot that came out, especially since last night, that you guys will want to be a part of. So if you guys are ready, get some readies in the chat down below. We are right now 2 hours away from the deadline with JESPERI KOTKANIEMI, but I do expect we'll get a lot of news before then, and we'll likely know the answer, at least for the Canadiens, whether they'll match or not the deal. And according to a lot of sources, both Eric Engels and a lot of other places, a trade, if it's going to happen, could end up happening right around when the deadline is, around 5:30 Eastern tonight. But we got 100 people in this chat. Let's get it going. So if you guys are seeing the tweet on the screen, this coming from LCH LNH, and this was an account that kind of came out of nowhere the past couple of months, but the reason I'm putting it here, and now obviously take it with some grain of salt here. Now this account says this: I am able to confirm the return for Dvorak is the Canes' first pick and a conditional second round pick in 2024. Now the reason why this is important, and not just because it's some other just random account out of nowhere, this is an account that, yes, has blown up over the past couple months, but for very good reason. On draft night, hours before the decision and the pick was made, this account said with sources in the Montreal Canadiens organization that they were picking Logan Mailloux, and that they were going to make that pick, and it was going to be at number 32. He predicted that pick hours before it happened, and now he's predicting the trade return for Christian Dvorak. Now there's a lot of other tweets we can also go through for his account. Thank you so much, well, Andres, for the donation. Glad you check trades in the Mod Fantasy League. I haven't done it since the fantasy draft. I'm planning on doing it tomorrow, though, most likely, when I have a little bit more time. But thank you so much, Andreas. Can we get some Andreas hype in the chat down below? But according to this account that not just predicted, but basically leaked Logan Mailloux selection, they say that it is a Canes first round pick and a conditional second round pick going back to the Arizona Coyotes. So that's very, very interesting. E-Rich, thank you so much for the 5 as well, my man. I was hoping to do a live stream. Come on to Carolina. Exactly, E-Rich. Yeah, honestly, with the deadline coming and we're not really knowing an answer, at least not yet, I thought we might as well do something. We might as well do something for the trade, for the KOTKANIEMI deadline, and see what happens. So thank you so much, E-Rich. Can we get some E-Rich and Andreas hype in the chat down below? Big shout outs to the donators. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, as Evan D says, the accounts did say that the Habs would pick Mailloux. That ended up happening hours after he ended up putting up the inside source tweet. So again, if we're talking about actual probability, I think this account does have a lot of credibility. Now there also was something else. Let me go back to it. It's all in French, so I'll have to translate the tweets as we go. But we got 180 in this chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be here for the entire JESPERI KOTKANIEMI deadline, breaking down all the news, all the updates as it comes. So we're going to be here for the entire night. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure you do so. We're at 30 likes right now. Let's get to 100 likes, boys, and let's get this stream going, because I think it could be really, really huge. And we could honestly see a Dvorak trade or something else go down in this live stream. Now, there was also this account, David Edegui, that's also was speculating about a potential couple of trades on the boards for Montreal, and he said this, and obviously it's translated from French, so take it as it is. But he says the CH is still on 2 transaction files to replace KOTKANIEMI. I am told Dvorak on one side and a team from the East on the other. It is 1 minute to midnight. Seems the end for him here unless the deal is aborted. They want to announce it at the same time as they refuse to accept the offer. So there you go. So we don't just get confirmation here that Dvorak is a huge potential guy, and likely the guy that Montreal gets. There's also a team in the East that could be trading a center to the Montreal Canadiens, and that to me is also super interesting. Let me know in the chat, what Eastern Conference centerman do you guys think is what he's talking about here? What do you guys think David is talking about here? Because this, I think, could be very interesting. An East team, because I mean, besides Jack Eichel, I don't know if there's many great options out there. Like the one I kind of go from a little bit maybe is like Ryan Strome for the Rangers, perhaps, as like a guy that's maybe available, but I don't know if the Rangers do it at this stage, unless there's something else on top of that. I mean, imagine if it was the Carolina Hurricanes and they traded like Jordan Stahl back or something. That'd be pretty fun. But we got 220 in this chat. Also, thank you so much, everybody, for coming in here. We got hello there. We got Joe Habs. We got Trick Liqueur, Von P. We got Andreas, of course. Go Habs, go Oilers, man. Eliminator. We got Sean Pagani. For gosh sakes, can they just announce it? What I think is going to happen, guys, and this is what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is that they're going to announce it right at like the last minute. It's probably going to go until 5:30 Eastern. That's what I'm predicting. So what I'm predicting is they're not just going to announce that they're not going to keep him. They're going to also announce a trade at the same time. Because in my opinion, it would still be a pretty bad PR move. Even if you're going to trade for a guy in like 2 months, it's still a pretty bad PR move to say like, oh, we're not going to match our 3rd overall pick. But hey, Habs fans, we have a Christian Dvorak, or we have somebody else to replace him immediately. That to me would be an absolute win for the Montreal Canadiens PR wise. And if they can get it done, which it seems like they have, I think that's when they would announce it, obviously. And again, if you guys are just coming into this stream, an account that predicted the Mayu pick by the Habs and apparently has a couple of inside sources on the Canadiens, has confirmed that it is Dvorak for a 1st and a 2nd round pick in 2024. Now, I want to know in the chat down below for you guys. If it is this offer, if it is the Canes 1st and a conditional 2nd in 2024, who do you guys think wins that trade? Coyotes or Habs? Let me know in the chat. Habs or Coyotes? Let me know. Shamir Haygrab just celebrating 1 year as a member on the channel. Really? 1 year? Shamir, I love you. Thank you so much coming in this stream, man. Appreciate it a ton, you being here. I mean, 1 year as a member. I mean, that's gotta be like at least top 5 longest. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Shamir, for supporting all that time. And you're an absolute beauty, my man. Thank you so much. Yell if you read this. I am yelling. Hab 16. 1st and 3rd should be instead, but excited for Dvorak and we'll miss Kotkaniemi. Yeah, it really depends for me what that condition is. If it is like a pretty big condition, like if it is like a, Dvorak has to be healthy or something for it to go down. I don't know. Like it really depends on the condition of that 2nd round pick, in my opinion, but there could be a lot there. So I'm gonna reserve judgment. I still think for the Coyotes, I would say the Coyotes win just for the pure fact that you get a 1st and a 2nd round pick for a, I believe, wasn't Christian Dvorak like a mid-2nd rounder, I believe. 58th overall back in 2014. So yeah, the Coyotes go from a 58th overall pick to a 1st and a 2nd. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good management right there by the Coyotes. Dvorak is a good player, but not worth a 1st and a 2nd, even if it is conditional. Yeah, I'd agree on that, Abraham, for sure. Let me also change my thing up so I can actually have this going. All right. Okay, there we go. We're good now. Now I can actually look at the chat on this screen. That's good. But hopefully you guys are doing well. We're going to be here for about another hour and a half. And actually, we're 2 hours to go until the Kotkaniemi deadline. But again, I do think we'll get a lot of the news before this deadline comes. So if you guys want to get this stream bobbing, hit that like button. Let me know in the chat down below what you guys think about this whole situation. What do you think is going to go down? Do you see the Habs getting Dvorak? Do you see them getting somebody else? Do you see them just... Who do you see? What do you see happening? Actually, you know what? Final predictions in the chat. I know what most of you guys will probably say, but put a 1 in the chat if you think the Habs will not match the offer, and 2 if you think they do, if they'll keep Kotkaniemi. So 1 if no match, 2 for yes. No, Luisa I just got me some water tonight. Do you think Eric Stahl will be good in Seattle? I mean, I think he'd be pretty good. I just don't want him. I just don't want him as a big part of the Habs next year. What's up, Nathan? What's going on, Svech Prods? Good to see you. We got 290 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And again, tonight is going to be a very fun night. I think we could see the Dvorak trade happening tonight. And again, super early on. Dvorak is a good player, but not worth a 1st and a 2nd, even if it is conditional. Yeah, I'd agree on that, Abraham. I mean, it really depends on obviously what those picks become. I think it's a great choice by the Coyotes to make this trade. But if you're Montreal, you're obviously in a pretty desperate position. Considering how desperate Montreal is for a centerman, I don't hate it, but again, I really would want to see the conditions on that 2nd round pick, because I think that matters a lot. Like, let's say it's a condition where it's a lot more likely to be a 3rd round pick, then I'm a lot more okay with it, because I was kind of already accepting the fact that the Habs would trade their compensation back for Dvorak. So that's kind of what I was expecting. But yeah, I'm kind of setting myself up to be a little bit disappointed, but we'll see. Montreal should trade for Malkin. I mean, that would be interesting. I mean, there was the report that there was one East team that had an offer on the table with Montreal, so maybe it is. Imagine Malkin on the Habs. That would just be so weird. I mean, people have been speculating for years. Sidney Crosby going to Montreal after this next contract, but just imagine it's Evgeny Malkin instead. Josh, what's happening tonight? Well, there is a lot happening tonight. So the Jesperi Kotkaniemi offer sheet deadline is at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. So what that means is the Habs need to make the decision whether they're matching or not by that time. And it seems like from a lot of reports, even by guys like Eric Engels and a lot of other sources, that if a trade is going to happen, especially if it's relating to a guy like Dvorak, that it would happen before this deadline in 2 hours. So it would happen beforehand. We likely know a lot, and apparently we already know somewhat of the details of the return for the Montreal or for the Arizona Coyotes. Our Wild need a center. Give us one, please. Yeah, the Wild could I mean, honestly, if I think the Wild are kind of in the same position as Montreal. Like, I think Dvorak would be a really good addition for them. Would KK be Kane's second line center? Nah, I think Trocheck's got to be that. He's been really good in that position. You're the best YouTuber ever. Mosey, thank you so much for the appreciation, man. Shout out to you. Hot take, Habs will match and make a trade. I mean, that'll be interesting, Sebastian. The only problem there, though, is that even if the Habs, if they do match, they can't just trade Kotkaniemi right after. Kotkaniemi would have a 1-year limit on tradability, so he wouldn't be able to be moved until after this next season. So I think that, like, on paper, like, I would have been like, okay, yes, you match Kotkaniemi, and then you trade him in another package for another center, but that can't be the case. So if they are going to match, they would have to keep him and likely go into next season with Suzuki, Kotkaniemi, Evans, and Poehling as their centermen. If the Habs keep their centers right, how high do you think their pick would be? Oh, right now? Right now, with Suzuki, Evans, Poehling, and Cedric Paquette, they're getting a top 10 pick. I think they're getting a top 10 pick. I already had them miss in the playoffs with Kotkaniemi, but now without him, if that is going to be the case and they don't get another centerman, I'll say this: if they get Dvorak, I think they could be a playoff team, and I think that makes their chances a lot better, especially when they are in the playoffs. But if they don't, if they go into next season with Suzuki, actually, let me know in the chat down below. Yes or no? Do the Habs make the playoffs if they go into next year with Suzuki, Dvorak, Poehling, and Evans, those 4 centers? If they do get those 4 centers, if they get Dvorak, will they make the playoffs? Yes or no? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I would definitely agree, Watson. Dvorak's a much better player than Kotkaniemi right now. In the future, it's a question mark, but we'll see. But we got 400 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. We were 1 like away from 69. Let's get that done. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Once again, all the updates in these next hour and a half will be right on this channel. We do stuff like this all the time. Every deadline, every single situation. We did a ton of streams just like this for the Seattle Kraken and a ton of their info and details when they got leaked. We were streaming all of the info and streaming everything. So if you want to get updated on all hockey news, everything, make sure you guys stick around. I mean, you get free cookies if you subscribe, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick in today's live stream, because again, we could have a trade officially broken in this live stream. It's gonna be Paquette, not Poehling. I mean, I would rather have Poehling at that 4th line center spot. I don't think Paquette's a great NHL player anymore. Charles, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang, my man. But yeah, I would rather have Poehling, especially if he takes that next step, I think, Lethal. But I think it would be probably interchangeable. Yeah, there was the report, Joel, that Drouin was comfortable playing at center. I personally just have nightmares of, what was it? What was it, 2018? What, the year that he played center? He was fine. I just don't feel like that's like a super viable option unless they've been planning for that, which if they have, maybe. But I just don't see how Drouin can make that switch so suddenly again. Like, he was starting to, like, I thought this last year, he was starting to actually, like, the last year and a half, he was starting to actually get some good consistency at wing, which was really the big part of his game that was just missing. And now that he's going to be switching to center, I just don't really see it working out for him, at least short term. Thanks for the clarification, man. No problem, Josh. I can't see Malkin in a Habs jersey. Me neither. Me neither. You would fleece him if you did that. Hoffman, Dvorak, Gallagher is a killer line. I would like that a lot, Charles. My goodness. I mean, let's just think about the lines with Dvorak and Montreal, because I think that makes it so much more exciting, right? I think with Dvorak, you probably obviously have Suzuki, Caulfield, and Toffoli still there. But I think the second line, obviously, you have to have Dvorak. I would have Hoffman there, and healthy Gallagher, I think, would be a part of it for sure. But there's a lot of ways you can go with it. I would really like that second line, though, for sure. ABC Eichel news. I don't think we've heard too much. Zach Ridger, thank you so much for subscribing. Big time love coming your way. Absolutely appreciate it. Welcome to the Grav gang, my man. Hey, Grav, what do you think about Arizona not renewing the contract for the Coyotes arena? Do you think they're going to Houston? I hope so. Houston, I mean, you guys know, as a Texas hockey fan, as a Dallas Stars fan, I mean, right there. I would love Houston because Dallas doesn't really have like a true rival besides like Nashville, I guess. But Houston would make it just so much more entertaining. Kind of how like I feel like the Canucks and the Stars are kind of in like the same position rivalry wise, where they have a few teams that are like considered somewhat rivals. Like obviously the Canucks, like Bruins somewhat, and like the Oilers and Leafs somewhat. But at the same time, I feel like they definitely could have used like a Seattle team, a regional team. What? Man, he's living up to the name, isn't he? Sugar Daddy Jesse. my man coming with a 300 Canadian. Dude, like, what's going on here? What is going on here? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jesse. Unbelievable. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my man. Absolutely appreciate you. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Thank you so much, my man. Making my month right now. Absolutely appreciate you. Are you kidding me? Boys, can we get some Jesse hype in the chat down below? I cannot believe this. You know what? Hello there. That is a great point. Let's put on the Habs jersey. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Here it is. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Jesse, are you like I don't even know what to say, Jesse. Thank you so oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jesse, buy a Kraken jersey now. Don't be a sieve. You know, yep. Are they out? Are they even out yet? I know they were coming out in September. Wasn't it like September 15th? Yeah, but that it's easy now. It's easy now. Of course. Jesse, thank you so much for the 100 Canadian now. Yeah, we're buying a Seattle Kraken jersey. Yeah. Actually, do I have a Kraken hat? Anyways, I think I do. Yes. All right. We got the Kraken hat. We're rocking this from now on. We're rocking this from now on. Thank you so much, Jesse. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're 100% buying the Kraken jersey. Not even a question. Now, I think that's, what would it be? Probably like 250. Because I want to get a player on the back, obviously. Probably like 280-ish. So that makes a dent in the donations. But you know what, Jesse, for you, I mean, I was already going to get a Seattle jersey, but thank you so much, man. I think they come out September 15th. Let me know if that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure they come out September 15th. By the way, I don't think we've had any updates recently. Give me a second. Jesse, my man, I can't believe this. Thank you so much. We're gonna let me see, actually. Okay, so yeah, they do. It's Reddit says that the Kraken jerseys, and the Kraken also tweeted out that they'll be going on sale September 15th. We're going to be camping out for those things. I'm gonna fly to Seattle right now. Thank you so much, Jesse. I'll get the plane ticket. I'll get the plane ticket from your donation. Appreciate it a ton, man. I'll be there. I'll be the first one to get a Kraken jersey. 100%. Actually, let me know in the chat. What player should we get on the back of that Kraken jersey? Let me know. What players should we get? Because I was thinking, I mean, obviously you guys know I'm a Stars fan. I was thinking Alexiak as an option. Giordano with the C on the front would obviously be great. I just need to look at the roster real quick. Because there's quite a few good options. Let me know in the chat, once again, what players should we get on the back? I was thinking, I mean, Gourde would be a pretty funny one. Grubauer, I mean, that would be pretty fun. Alexiak would be awesome. I would really like a Gourde or like an Eberle. That would be pretty fun. Obviously, Giordano with a captaincy would be pretty cool too. There's some good options here. There's some good options. I really like me some Adam Larson. I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep it in mind. I would say my top 3 is Alexiak, Gourde, and Grubauer. That would probably be my top 3, but like Giordano, Schwartz, I believe they're kind of outside, but also in there at the same time. I feel like getting just an Alexiak home jersey would just be so killer though. That would just, I can just picture it in my mind. Just being so beautiful, so luxurious. Did he wear the away jersey at the Seattle Kraken reveal? I actually know he was wearing a home jersey, right? Yeah. So there we go. That'll be the best option, I think. Oh, Beniers. Yes, that is a great choice. That is a great choice. Do we know what number he's going to be wearing for the Kraken? Well, he obviously wears 21, but that's a great choice too. Beniers would be awesome. Beniers would be awesome. Humza, what's going on, my man? And once again, if you guys haven't gotten any Jesse hype, make sure you do so. 460 in here. Thank you so much. And Jesse just absolutely coming through right now. Thank you so much. Is the trade official? Not yet, but we have had a lot of confirmations from different sources that Dvorak is likely the guy that Montreal trades for in the next hour. Really in the next hour. I mean, most likely. Do you have a jersey for every team? Not quite. I have it for about, I want to say like 80% of the league. There's teams like, actually, I'll just go for the teams I don't have. Obviously, Seattle. Oh my. Jesse, I love you, man. Jesse, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 50 Canadian, my man. I mean, that's like 450 Canadian right now. I cannot believe this. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. What can I say right now? Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Can we please get some more Jesse hype in the chat down below? This man is destroying worlds. Destroying worlds. Thank you so much, man. Love coming your way. Love coming your way. Who needs Mr. Beast when Jesse is here? That is true. That is true. I was gonna say the teams that I don't have a jersey for. I don't have Carolina. I don't have Seattle. I don't have San Jose. I don't have Calgary. I don't have Chicago somehow. I do not have Florida. And I don't have Toronto. So Toronto, Florida, Chicago, and then Dylan, no. Oh my. Dylan, are you? I'm dead. I am officially Dylan, I love you, my man. I love you. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. Anyone that knows and loves hockey is a plus in my book. Hey, that's a dub in my book too. Dylan, thank you so much for the $100, my man. How long? You've been here for a while. Thank you so much for another one. Oh my goodness. Can we get some Dylan hype in the chat down below? What is going on? I've been streaming for like 10 minutes. I've been streaming for like 10 minutes and you guys are I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much, man. Love you. You probably can't see. I mean, this is a bad heart. You can kind of see it. Thank you so much, Dylan and Jesse. Can we please get some Dylan hype in the chat down below? Dylan is a legend, a god, and an immortal being, and we are not giving enough love to this man. And I want to give love to everybody in here. 480 absolute buttes. And again, we'll get a resolution. We'll get the answers in the next hour and a half. But I figured that we'll get a lot more before then, too. Let me see here. Okay, so I think he put out a new tweet here. There will be no second tweet, as Idigu says. Sorry if I scratched that. Just Dvorak. So there we go. There we go. So again, this is the person, by the way, if you guys don't know already, this is the person that leaked the Mailloux pick by the Habs. He actually predicted it like... I think it was like 5 hours before the draft actually happened, but he said his inside sources said the pick would be Mailloux. And you got to realize, obviously the pick was Mailloux at the time now, but nobody expected him to go anywhere close to the first round, let alone to the Montreal Canadiens. And that was spot on. Oh my goodness, Todd, thank you so much. Welcome to the member gang as well, man. Can we please get some Todd hype in the chat down below? Todd Thomas, absolute legend. Welcome to the squad, my man. Welcome to the squad. But again, this is the player, this is the person that ended up predicting the Mailloux, or not predicting, but leaking the Mailloux pick. He said in the past that, or said today, that Dvorak is the guy, and apparently the offer on the table right now is the Carolina first, coming back from Kotkaniemi's compensation, and a conditional second round pick in 2024. Now he says that is just Dvorak, and it's locked in at Dvorak. So apparently there was a little bit of rumors out there that there was two offers on the table, a different offer to another team in the Eastern Conference for a different centerman. Now it seems like Montreal is just on Christian Dvorak, and that is their guy that will replace JESPERI KOTKANIEMI. Now, let me know in the chat down below. Now that we pretty much got confirmation that it will be Dvorak as the second line center, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you with a Suzuki, Dvorak, Evans, and Paling/Paquette center core in Montreal? Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10. How comfortable, how good are you with that center core? Because for me, it's still decent. It's still a quality center core. And Evans as a third line center, and if it's Paling as a fourth line center, I think that has some good upside. I don't think it's great in terms of like the league, but it's still much better than the alternative, which is not good at all. I would say I would probably be like a 6.6, like a 6.5 for me out of 10. But like in terms of the league, I'd probably have it around like the probably like around the 22, 23 range, which again, for what we could have gotten, I think was would be a major upgrade. We'll see what happens. But again, with Dvorak, I think the team is much better. And a lot of people are saying that Dvorak's not that great. I think he is pretty good, but it's not so much how good he is. It's also the fit in Montreal. That is heavily important. I mean, when people talk about a guy like a Jack Eichel or even a Sean Monahan, like obviously we know how talented those guys are, but in a lot of ways they don't quite fit Montreal's mold, especially a guy like Sean Monahan, who I don't think would be good at all in Montreal. But Christian Dvorak is a whole different beast. He's a guy that in terms of the overall play, defensively, in terms of finishing, almost is exactly what Montreal needed in terms of a second line center. Great shot, great command ability, great consistency, which I think is one of the most important parts. He is consistent as anyone else. He'll make the great plays, he'll make some smart plays, and he doesn't do anything too flashy. He just gets in the right areas, especially on the power play, and knows what to do. That to me is an extremely smart thing for Montreal to go after a guy like that, who can provide some of the smarts that Dano has sadly been off from now in LA, that Montreal doesn't quite have now. But now Dvorak can come in, kind of supplement that a little bit, and I don't think he'd be as good as Dano for sure, but he's an option, and he's a much better option than having Kotkaniemi at the second line center spot, in my opinion. He's ready for that spot in Montreal, and I think he'd fit in so well with guys like Mike Coppin and Brendan Gallagher. That's my opinion. How long until the deadline? Right now, the deadline's actually an hour and like 20 minutes away, so we're getting very, very close. Very, very close. What about an Eichel trade? I don't think we'll see an Eichel trade. We haven't really heard anything about that so far. But yeah, once again, it seems like it's just a... Is this real life? Yeah, Todd. Todd, hold up, my man. Hold up, my man. Todd with the 300. Go get yourself a Kane jersey. Enjoy it on Summit Fun. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Todd. You know what? I have no excuse now. There's probably like Kane's jerseys on eBay for like 50. That's 100% going to go towards it. Thank you so much, Todd. Oh my gosh. Thank you, 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 thank you so much for like. I'm just talking about Kotkaniemi rumors on YouTube, man. Thank you so much for all, like, Todd, Jesse, Dylan. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say. We're gonna be getting that Canes jersey very, very soon. Very, very soon. Is it, or is it just reality? Gone on a landslide, oh, escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I have no sympathy, and it's easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. Oh, okay, I can't do this. I'm gonna be here for the next like 5 minutes. Not gonna do it. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. I don't have it in me right now. I don't have it in me right now. Anyways, thank you so much. I feel bad for anybody that's just coming to the stream like, oh, Dvorak trade? Just hear me like, anywhere the wind blows. Yeah, some great Kotkaniemi rumors right there. Actually, you know what? You know what? While we got nothing right now, I want to give it some justice. I want to give it some true justice. Oh my gosh. What is happening with my keyboard? Hello? Let me. Why is it spamming zeros? What is going on with my keyboard? All right, here we go. Also, thank you so much for the $7 Canadian Nicholas. What's up, Grab? Good to see you in the chat, my man. Sorry for not getting it. And also, Jesse with the 2 Canadian. Got to get a KK Canes jersey now. Make Todd. That is a good one. That is a good one. You know what? I think I might do that. Thank you so much for the nation so far. Thank you so much, Nicholas, as well. Let's do this. Let's do this true justice, shall we? Let's do this true justice. All right. Where do we end off? Okay, here we go. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh, I didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on as nothing really matters. Too late. My time has come. Send shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama. Ooh. I don't want to die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Anyways, I needed. Dylan. Oh my goodness, Dylan, last one left, and Riker. Dude, are you? I'll go for Bohemian Rhapsody again, man. I don't care. Thank you so much for the 200, Dylan. I can't go 300 in case I don't know again. This is my contribution to a Rene jersey. Interesting. I do have a Preds Subban jersey. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Man, I was just trying to talk about. He's pretty cocky, man. I got my Preds Subban jersey on deck right now. Actually, my Canadiens. If you don't know, my Canadiens jersey is Subban as well. So I got the duo right now. I should honestly get the trifecta and get a Devils jersey, but I'm lazy. So, but thank you so much, Dylan, for the 200. Last one left for the 279, and also Riker for the 7. Sorry, I'm late. And may I say, grab the next big superstar? No, can't hit a high note, so that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. The deadline is at 5:30 Eastern, guys. So again, we will know the answer to the Kotkaniemi situation, and also likely knowing the answer to the trade that Montreal is set to make. And again, if you guys don't know already, LCH, who has broken the Mayu pick on draft day, hours before it happened, is saying that Dvorak is going to Montreal for the Carolina first round pick and a second round pick in 2024. So that is what we know right now. That is what we know right now. Thank you so much, every single one of you guys that has donated. If you guys donated, if anybody guys donated during the song, sorry. I was in a full moment right there. I thank you guys so much. I can't believe what's going on right now. I'm just talking about hockey, man. Thank you so much for everybody that's been so generous, like honestly, like so generous over the past year. And I know it's so hard for so many people, and it's been for me as well. Here's the thing. So this last year, when 2021 started, I was honestly, in terms of like career wise, at least, probably at the lowest point in my life, because I'm 18. And I'm not really committed. I'm not like in a big university or anything. And I've always wanted to be a broadcaster. I've always wanted to be on TV and be like a commentator. And in like early 2021, I kind of realized that probably wasn't happening. And at that point, YouTube wasn't really like a big thing, because at that point I was really only making money through ad revenue, and it's just not enough. It was really not enough. So I've had to get a lot of help from my parents and family and stuff like that. To be able to support myself. And when the playoffs arrived and everything, it was like I couldn't even believe it. Like everything from you guys watching, subscribing, and people that graciously donated, like it has changed the way I've been able to live. Really. And now with some of that as well, I'm actually now able to actually sustain myself and not have to get as much help as I used to. So that's just so, I mean, I'm just so thankful for everybody that's donated over the past year and has made this happen so far. It's crazy. Like I never thought I'd be actually able, like I always thought, okay, I could have the YouTube channel on the side, but I would have to grind for a few years in broadcasting and maybe somehow make it. But now you guys have made my dream almost like basically a reality. It's not on TV, but it's like you guys are still watching. So I appreciate it a ton. I appreciate it a ton. And everybody that's even just watched like a few minutes of the live streams, like you guys don't have to donate or anything. Just being here and spending your time with me does not go unnoticed. Does not go unnoticed. But thank you so much, y'all. And the donations today, I can't believe it right now. I can't believe it. Dylan, Todd, Jesse, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. And also Riker with the 7. Good to see you again, man, with the nation. We got you, Grab, here's for many more years. Grab getting strong. You know it, Riker. You know it. Thank you so much. Can we get some Riker hype? I don't think we're giving enough love to this legend. He's been here for a long time. An absolute long time. An absolute OG right now. Is this guaranteed to happen? Not right now. It's not official, but again, LCH, who broke the Mayu pick by the Habs in the past, has broken a few other stuff relating to the Habs in the past as well, is saying that this trade with Dvorak is pretty much done. So I think, again, what I think is going to happen is that in the next hour and a half, really, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to get confirmation on the Kotkaniemi situation, but also on a trade. Because I think what's going to happen is Montreal's going to look at their situation and they're going to say that they can make this trade now and have some better PR. Because let's just look at it this way. Even though a lot of Habs fans have also probably moved on from Kotkaniemi, in this case, if you can move on from your 3rd overall pick but still find a replacement that's much better than him in a guy like Dvorak, it makes the pain of that pick a lot less, I think. So I think that's what Montreal is doing right now, and I think that's why it's such a tight ship, is because they want to announce it at this specific time, and it's going to be announced now or in the next hour and a half. I think what's going to happen is that right at the deadline, we're going to see the tweet that they are going to see one tweet where they announced that they did not match, and then another tweet where they announced the Dvorak trade. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 7, Roger, and also 14 from Michael. Absolutely appreciate you both. We love you, man. You deserve it all. You've been grinding. Do you have a Patreon? Anyways, happy to see your progress with your YouTube career. Thank you so much, Michael. I don't have a Patreon, but I do a lot of the Patreon stuff through memberships. It's the join button on the channel page, basically. I don't have a Patreon, but I think YouTube membership is just a better way, especially since I'm live streaming so much. Like, anybody that's a member has like the logo badge next to their name and everything. I think it makes it a little bit more unique in that way. So yeah, I have memberships kind of as like the Patreon. Thank you so much though, Michael, and also the 7 from Roger, and also the 7 again from Riker. Absolutely appreciate you guys. Habs gonna offer sheet Ryan Suzuki. Imagine. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be against it. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be against it. I'm like 100% sure Holtz is at the restaurant where I'm currently having my internship. Just a shame I'm not working today. I'm so bummed out right now. Really? How do you know that then, Andres? Did like somebody tell you about that? That sucks. That sucks. I mean, hey, hopefully he's there again. He could be. 12 Lego 2, what's going on, Lego? Good to see you. Ari as well. Hello there, Greens from Helsinki. Good to see you. We also got Felipe, Dvorak, and Eichel possible. Yes, Dvorak is the most likely option right now. And again, from LCH, it seems like the offers on the table from Arizona and that Montreal will probably end up accepting this trade and announcing it within the next hour and a half. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. 2 back-to-back donations from Swirls and Patrick Flood. Thank you so much, y'all. Swirls with the 5 says I just got here. Can you give me a rundown on the details of the trade completely? We haven't had the trade officially confirmed, but again, from this account, LCH, which has broken a lot of stuff in the past, most notably the Logan Mailloux pick by the Habs hours before it happened, which was a completely out of left field pick and not easy to predict. He predicted that and broke that. And he has said that that Dvorak is going to go to the Montreal Canadiens for the Canes first and a 2nd round pick in 2024, which again means that Kotkaniemi will be not matched. He'll be going to Carolina, which we pretty much already knew, but what's super important is the picks that they got back, what they use that for, and apparently they'll be going for Dvorak as their 2nd line center. Not an Eichel, not a Monahan, but a Christian Dvorak. And then Patrick as well, first ever donation on YouTube, well worth the money spent, never stop the grind, and of course, let's go Islanders. Patrick, you know how much of a beauty you are. Good luck. Honestly, Islanders, I was kind of skeptical about their situation on paper, obviously, of the UFAs they had. It was likely they were going to re-sign him anyways, but I think now having Zizekas long-term, having Palmieri there long-term, and everybody they've signed this offseason, I mean, I think in terms of signings at least, Lou Lamoriello has done a pretty good job. I think this next year, honestly, it's every single year it seems to be like the Islanders are kind of underrated in terms of like actual playoff aspirations, but it's weird. Like people are still not really considering them like a top dog, but they've been like 1 goal away from the finals in 2 straight years almost, right? So for me, I think for me personally, it's going to be I think if I feel like there's going to be a lot of people surprised if they even make like the Stanley Cup final, which I don't think should really be the case. They're a really good team. Do we know if Mark Bergman will do a press conference? I don't think we know that yet, Jacob. Let me see if there's anything else right now. And by the way, if you guys do see anything, at me on Twitter, at Nathan Growdy. Let me see. I think the YouTube membership isn't available in Canada. Really, Michael? That's weird. Interesting. I know you have to be on a computer to see the join button. Any update on Eichel? Not right now, the novice. At least in the past week, there hasn't really been too much. Dvorak is a very good fit. I'd agree on that. Hello there. Actually, let me know in the chat down below. I haven't really proposed this question, you guys, but I want to know for you guys. If the trade happens for Dvorak, if it happens, how many points do you guys see Dvorak in a full 82-game season getting as the second-line center in Montreal? Let me know. Because he'd probably be with Hoffman and probably Gallagher, but let me actually just look that up right now. Because obviously you have the first line set in stone pretty much in Toffoli, Suzuki, and Caulfield. Actually, they could go Anderson, maybe. It depends on Gallagher's health, obviously. Let's say Gallagher... I think Gallagher... I'm pretty sure Gallagher will be healthy for next year, right? But let's say it's Anderson. Actually, where would you put Drouin there, then? I think they'd have to have a little bit more sandpaper. I think they'd probably go... If Gallagher's not available, they'd probably go with Hoffman, Dvorak, and then Josh Anderson. That would be what I would predict. So let me know in the chat. With Anderson, Hoffman, and Dvorak, that line, how much do you see Dvorak getting? I would probably predict... I mean, in terms of his career totals, I'm pretty sure... wasn't he on pace for 50 in 2020? Let me see. Okay, so in terms of his top point totals ever, it was in 2018 where he got, or actually in 2020 where he got 38 points in 70 games, where he would have been on pace for around 45. I think it would probably be around, I think I'm going to say like 54, 55 as like my prediction for Dvorak in the first year of Montreal. That to me is probably what's most likely around that range. I don't think he's going to get more than 60, especially, I mean, he definitely get like second line power play time, but I don't think it's going to be that substantial, especially with the first line probably getting a lot of those minutes. I would say Dvorak's probably around the 50 range, if I had to assume. Montreal will be in 4th place in the Atlantic with Dvorak. Yeah, I would say they're around that range. I personally think that Tampa, Toronto, and Boston are all above them in terms of regular... actually, I think, honestly, in terms of regular season, what's most likely going to happen is the Habs will have to hope for for 2 wildcard spots coming out of the Atlantic and not from the Metro. Which I think is going to be really tough, especially. But I think for Montreal, like just on paper, unless like Boston takes a huge step back, which I really don't see, I feel like Florida, Tampa, and Toronto are all better regular season teams than them. And this is the thing that's kind of the problem with Montreal, is that yes, they're a great playoff team, but getting into the regular season playoffs, I mean, they have the North Division last year and they had the 24 team tournament in 2020. They've had some luck obviously on their side to make the playoffs, and they've done great in the playoffs. But Montreal isn't really like a regular season team. But I do think Dvorak obviously improves that. I just feel like Florida's better than them. I feel like Boston's gonna be better than them. Tampa and Toronto are 2 question marks for me. Well, not Tampa, but Toronto's kind of a little bit of a question mark for me in terms of their consistency next year. I think it's gonna be a pretty jam-packed like 5 teams in that Atlantic. I just don't know how the Habs are gonna get better than even like the 4 spot. I think if they get to the 4 spot even with Dvorak, I think that's gonna be a pretty big win for them. I just don't see regular season wise if they're good enough quite. Toronto's mid, they are worse than last year. Yeah, I'd agree on that. I feel like Toronto's going to be a really interesting team this next year. I think there's still a chance they miss the playoffs, but I just think like Matthews and Martin are too good in the regular season for that to actually happen, but we'll see. I think a lot of that depends on if Jack Campbell replicates last year, because if he does, I think the Leafs will be fine, but we'll see if he was magic in a bottle. Barad, hey Grab, there were rumors that Montreal will acquire Dvorak and another player from AZ. Do you have any idea who that'll be? I don't think so. Yeah, I did see that rumor like yesterday. I don't know if there'll be more than that. It seems like, again, from LCH, he says that it'll be a 1st round pick and a 2nd round pick going back to Arizona, and it seems like Dvorak is just the main guy that Montreal's going for. I mean, if they do get another guy, I don't think it's going to be a huge player. Probably like a more of a depth option. But I will say this, and CH does make an... I think he had a tweet a little while ago. Let me go back, because he's making a point about the Habs cap space. Where was it? Oh, it's all the way down here, isn't it? Yeah. By the way, TVA had a tweet where they deleted, and they said that Kotkaniemi matched when they didn't. So that was pretty interesting. Where was it? Anyways, he said that the cap space wouldn't really work for Montreal, and they would have to probably include a guy like a Byron or an Armia, which is a possibility. We'll see about that. But yeah, very, very interesting. And again, there was reports that there was potentially a second center that Montreal is going after, but according to LCH as well, just Dvorak is what Montreal is going for right now. So that's what we know so far, and we still got about an hour to go until the deadline. Actually, really isn't only an hour to go, and this has been blown by so far. Thank you so much for spending your time with us in this live stream. And again, we're going to be breaking down all the updates as we come. And when it comes to Christian Dvorak, I just love his fit in Montreal personally. Michael Ryder, welcome to the Grab Gang, my man. Oh my goodness, can we please get some Michael Ryder or Michelle or Michael? Thank you so much. Welcome to the Grab Gang. And there you go. I guess it is available in Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we get some hype in the chat for them? He is fake news. Well, from him, LCH, he did predict that Mailloux would get drafted, or he would have been drafted by the Habs in the first round 5 hours before it happened. He was the first on that, and that was not an easy thing to predict. So for me, I think even if he's not like 100% correct, I feel like there's like, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. There's too much smoke for there not to be fire with the Dvorak situation. Even if he's not completely correct with the picks coming back to Arizona, as an example, Eric Engels has mentioned Christian Dvorak as like the guy that Montreal wants. So many other outlets have mentioned the same thing. Even if it doesn't happen like right as the match happens, we're going to see Dvorak in Montreal, in my personal opinion. Gravity, think Hosting will make the Leafs? I hope so. I think he'd be pretty cool on that team. An hour and 20 minutes, though, specifically, Trevor. Specifically. You don't think Habs go for Hertl instead of Dvorak? Well, the main thing that prevents that from happening, Zerk, is that Hertl wants to stay in San Jose, at least for the start of the season. He wants to stay in San Jose, at least for a little bit, before he wants to get a trade or wants to be traded away from San Jose. He said that in a Czech article that was, I think, published just a few days ago. But yeah, he said that he wanted to start the season with San Jose and see how it went before he wanted to get traded to somewhere else. So, I mean, there is still a possibility a trade happens, obviously. But I just think it's a little bit less likely. Patrice, thank you so much for subscribing, and welcome to the Grab Gang. Free cookies coming your way, my man. And again, for anybody that isn't subscribed, if you do subscribe, you get daily hockey content, free cookies, and a big shout out. So make sure you do so. But yeah, I feel like for Hertl, I mean, I would love Montreal to get Hertl, 100%. But I just feel like it's less likely, and especially even with the only having 1 year left as opposed to 4 with Dvorak, I think it kind of makes it less likely that Montreal goes after him. Sean Monahan would have been better than Dvorak. I don't think so. I feel like with Monahan, I think he might be a better player in some aspects than Dvorak, sure, but I don't think he fits Montreal as well. I feel like for Dvorak, Montreal is almost a perfect fit in terms of finishing ability, in terms of great defensive IQ. This is a guy that makes the smart plays, is consistent, is steady, a good leader. He was the captain of the London Knights, which is not an easy thing to do. I feel like with Dvorak, there's a lot of great overall qualities that kind of put it all together. He might not be as good of an offensive player as Monahan, for sure, and I don't think he's going to be or needs to be. But I think for Montreal, having him behind Nick Suzuki is almost perfect in that way. Now, here's the thing. I say that, I'm buttering Dvorak's biscuit 100%, but Tomas Hertl is way better. It is way better. And even though it is only a one year thing, potentially, I mean, Hertl would be one of the best second line centers that you could possibly ever hope to get, honestly. He's a first line center, 100% and 10% on a lot of teams. And for Montreal to have that as their second line center would be just pure robbery. So I'm interested to see if that's the case. But again, I do think Dvorak is the guy that'll be. Is this confirmed? It has been confirmed right now by LCH, who again has reported that Mailloux would have been picked by the Habs and a bunch of other stuff in the past, that Dvorak is likely the guy that the Habs go for right now, and that this is the trade that's on the table. We haven't had it like officially confirmed, but it's been confirmed by a lot of sources that, again, Dvorak is the guy they go for. And again, I think if we do see this trade, it'll probably be right around the time the actual offer sheet deadline is. What kind of cookies? Honestly, we have a good few selections. We have obviously chocolate chip, the best flavor, but we do have like M&M cookies, which are the best. Obviously oatmeal. I mean, peanut butter cookies are an option for you as well. There's quite a few. What's your prediction on Cole Caulfield next year? Number of goals. Ooh. Actually, that's a good prediction for the Habs fans in this chat. Let me know in the chat. How many goals does Cole Caulfield get next year? Let me know. I gotta go. Have a good rest of your day, man. The beauty, the GOAT. Thank you so much, Patrick. We'll see you in the next one, my man. We'll see you in the next one. Hey, Grab, I made the team I tried out for. Brosif! My man. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. I know you're going to be team MVP, man. Drafted easily in the NHL draft. It's coming. Hey, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not yet, Jacob Warchek. Not yet. Mark Bergevin fleeced every team in the NHL per source. I think Colts is there because he posted a picture on Instagram, and I'm like 90% sure that's the view. Oh, interesting. Dang, wow. I mean, that would have been interesting, though, if you were there. That would have been so cool. I mean, I haven't been able to meet too many players since I live in Dallas. But yeah, I can feel that pain. Has there been any news on a Yamamoto contract? Not really, Testy. Interestingly so. I haven't really heard anything. Like, not even from any, like, Oilers insiders either. Okay, back to the Caulfield question. By the way, we got 600 people in here. Thank you guys so much coming in. We got an hour and 15 minutes now to go into the trade, or the Kotkaniemi deadline is here. But I'm going to say Cole Caulfield, I'm going to say he gets more assists than goals. I'm going to say that right now. But I do think Caulfield's, I'm going to say he gets 29. Right in that, like, really good. I mean, obviously 29 for a rookie is fantastic. So I don't think he gets quite 30 goals yet, but I think he's gonna get close to that. 29 would be my answer. Nate, 28, and I'll donate 500 if I'm off at all. Hey, Abraham, I appreciate that. I think 28. I mean, 28's around my range, so I could definitely see that. Caulfield for Calder. I think honestly it's between Cole Caulfield and Moritz Seider. I think it's going to an Atlantic rookie personally. I think Moritz Seider and Caulfield are going to absolutely light it up. Honestly, I think Caulfield gets hurt this year. No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I can't have it. Is like an option in your opinion, Grab, or out of reach realistically? For Montreal, I think he's out of reach. I don't see. I mean, we know he grew up a Habs fan, but like I don't think that's much, unless your name is John Tavares. I don't think that really affects things too much. I feel like it's an option, sure, but I think he'd much rather go to an American team. And I mean, he's super patriotic and everything, and loves Team USA. So I think he'd kind of just prefer to be in the US. It's still an option for sure. I just don't see how Montreal, or at least from what we've heard so far, Montreal would actually do that. Unless the price drastically lowers, which, let's be honest, if the price lowers, the Habs aren't going to be the team to trade for him. It's going to be like the Rangers or the Ducks or somebody. Probably won't be the Habs, unfortunately. Logan Brown plus Tierney to the Habs, Hertl to the Sens, and first and third to San Jose. Gives the Habs 2 centers, gives Ottawa their number 1, and gives San Jose a decent return for Hertl who wants out. Interesting. Hertl to the Sens. I mean, okay, so the Habs give what? A first to get Brown? And Tierney? I mean, if the Habs settle as Tierney as their second line center, I'm gonna be so mad because Tierney is trash. Tierney is trash. Matt Boldy for Calder. I think he's an option. I would really like to see him up there. He's really underrated. Marco Rossi's a stud. That is true too, man. I'm really excited to see both Rossi and Boldy on a line someday. Oh my goodness. LCH, is that the LCH in this live stream? Thank you so much coming in, man. Hoffman, Suzuki, Caulfield, Toffoli, Drouin, Anderson, Lehkonen, Dvorak, Gallagher, Perot, Paquette, and then Evans / Armia. There you go. I mean, I like that lineup a lot. Interesting that you go Hoffman instead of Toffoli on that first line. I probably still have that playoff first line intact. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of ways the Habs can go, especially if they get Dvorak. I think there's a lot of ways they can go. I mean, if they're able to keep both Lehkonen and Armia, that would mean a lot more versatility. I like that lineup a lot. What's happening with KK and Dvorak right now, according to LCH? There is a potential trade on the books right now, and again, this is the return that's likely going back to the Arizona Coyotes. But again, right now we have an hour and 12 minutes to go until the Kotkaniemi deadline, and we're just recapping all the rumors and everything right now. I've seen a report from a news outlet here in Montreal that the Habs matched the offer and then it was deleted. Yeah, I did see that as well, Jules Scribe. I think it came from TVA. And then it was quickly deleted. So what was pretty much explained, what ended up happening is that a lot of times those news outlets have articles prepared in case one thing happens or the other. It's just smart business, honestly, to have something prepared so you can quickly get it out there. But I think what happened was it was an article that was prepared in case the Habs somehow matched the offer, and then it was accidentally published and then tweeted out, and then quickly deleted because it wasn't true. I mean, if it was true, then here's the thing: if they were breaking something, they would have kept it up. They would have kept it up, but they obviously made a mistake and they knew that, so that's why they deleted a tweet. IMO. Who ends up with more points, Stützle or Caulfield? This next year or career-wise? I would say this next year would probably be Stützle, but I'd probably say, Stützle is going to be just a beast point-wise in his career, I think. The only bad trade Bergevin did was the Sergachev trade. I mean, yeah, definitely up there for sure. Luongo is the best goalie in NHL history. I mean, I love me some Luongo. I don't know if I'd go that far, Chris, but I think Luongo is definitely underrated. Grab, are you a card collector? Not really too much in New York Ranger. At least I used to be I used to be huge into Pokemon cards. Honestly, like back in my day as in like 2009, basically. I used to just be so. I mean, I could probably show them, but. I didn't really get into hockey cards, weirdly. Someone dunked Gourde to TVA Sports. Yeah, exactly, Alexi, exactly. Grab out here making KK monies. Not quite. If I got $6.1 million from the Canes, though, I'd definitely say yes. I'd definitely say yes. How do you see Lafreniere doing this next season? I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to have a. I mean, I think he's going to get on the first line with Gerard Gallant being there. I think he's going to get a big opportunity. I think he's going to be a big guy for the Rangers this next year. I'm thinking again. I made a bold prediction video and I had that kind of as a topic. I think around 65, 70 points. I think he's going to have a breakout year if it's fully healthy and everything. What do you think Suzuki's next contract is going to be? I really hope it's a long-term deal. We'll see what happens. It seems like especially a lot of players around Suzuki's experience and everything kind of like to go with the short-term deal, which I think makes sense for a guy like that. I think most likely going to happen is it's kind of I feel like it's kind of going to be kind of close. Actually, let me load up the comparable because I had it on the tip of my tongue. There's quite a few players that are like Nick Suzuki in terms of how much they played and everything. Let me see this. Where was it? Can I actually go to Nick Suzuki? Here we go. I'm trying to see here because actually I think I can go into Cap Friendly and just look at the and just look at the players here. So let me just look at active players here. So let's look at active players and then look at Nick Suzuki and try to compare what it could possibly look like. Deadline is 5 p.m. not 5:30. I was told it was 5:30, and a lot of people said that to me. I'll keep it for now. If it is 4 p.m. Actually, let me know in the chat if you guys can confirm that, or just at me on Twitter if there's anything confirming that either. But let me see. So Nick Suzuki, 22 years old. Let's go with U23 players. Current age 20, 23, or actually like 26 or below. Actually, I don't even know if I can. Okay, contract filters. Here we go. So signing age 23. Okay. Extension. All right, so here we go. So let's kind of see some of the contracts given out by under 23 players. Okay, looking at this list, I feel like there's a few that really work and really don't quite. I think in the Nick Suzuki situation, I feel like Suzuki's probably looking at, or probably realistically going to get like a 3 or 4 year deal. That's what I would probably predict. I feel like the Habs would probably find a way to make it work where it would be his last RFA year, which would probably be in like, wouldn't it be like 2 years or something? Anyways, I feel like for him, it would make the most sense to go a little bit shorter. But I would like if it is a longer term deal, I think the most likely kind of comparable would kind of be like the Nico Hischier deal, where it was I'm pretty sure, wasn't that 7 years? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7-year deal at 7.2. I think it would probably be a little bit more than that, probably like around the 7.7 range ish. But I think it's probably most likely in terms of a longer term deal. Shorter term is a lot harder to predict though. Clayton Keller, he got, what was it? 7.1 million. I think it was kind of close to Hischier as well. Yeah, so Keller got an 8-year deal at 7.1, but he's also not a centerman. I don't think is nearly as good as Nick Suzuki. I'm trying to go down the rabbit hole here. There was the deal signed by Alexander Barkov, $5.9 million in 2017 for 6 seasons. What else we got here? And again, I'm just looking at under 23 players in terms of when it was actually signed. And not a lot of players have gotten big money under 23, so that's also something. I mean, Jack Eichel signed his 10-year, $10 million deal around that age too, so that's something, I guess. But again, I feel like the most likely comparable long-term wise is definitely Nico Hischier, though I do think Suzuki is better than Nico. Dvorak is underrated. I definitely agree on that, Mason. Oh dang, apparently Sarah Sivian, oh, okay, Everts linked me to Sarah Sivian saying it was 5 p.m. Eastern. Then she said right after in a tweet 5:30 p.m. Eastern to be precise. So there you go. From Sarah Sivian of The Athletic, it is 5:30 p.m. Central, and that is in 1 hour. So there we go. So to officially confirm it, it's 5:30 Eastern. Suzuki, short term 2 times 5, long term 8 times 8. Yeah, I'd probably say 8 times 8 is a pretty likely one. But if he is going to, let's say he does get like a 5-year deal. Let's say he does a 5-year deal, bring him to about 28, right to his prime, which I think would be, again, the perfect situation for Nick Suzuki. He's not going to get any worse by any means. I would say probably the 5 million range. It definitely takes a lot off that deal, in my opinion. But I think it would probably be around like the 7 million, maybe 6.5 range. What happened to Eric Stahl? He hasn't signed yet, Austin. Is this an overpay for Dvorak? I would say it is, Max, but at the same time, when you're in Montreal's position where you need a centerman, I don't think it's the worst they could have done, especially with Dvorak. I think he's going to fit well in Montreal. Very, very well. But we got 700 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We've still got an hour to go until the Kotkaniemi deadline is through, but we've got a ton of rumors and a ton of news already, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and join us throughout the rest of this because it's going to be a very fun evening. And there is still a possibility that Montreal does match. We don't know completely whether they will or not. We know a lot, but we don't know all of it yet. But we'll see what happens. Question for you. Who in your mind does makes more sense between Eichel and Dvorak? Definitely Dvorak in terms of cost. Richard, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Brav Gang. But I would say, to me, what makes a lot more sense is Dvorak. He costs a lot less, and I think he just fits as a second line center really, really well. TCK, he wants Marner money. If Suzuki wants Marner money, he can get off the Habs. Like, we can offer Sheep Pedersen or something. If he wants $11 million, I mean, he probably want $11 million after this next year. Like, let's say it is like a 6-year deal, and that takes him when he's 29. Like, he'd probably want Marner money at that point. But now, I don't see it. Yes, we'll be streaming right for the deadline and past it as well, with all the news and all the updates covered in today's video. We'll be live for as long as we need to be. Let me see real quick. Okay. Sorry, just looking at a couple of things. Yeah, I'm surprised as well. I mean, Eric Stahl was good in the playoffs. He can provide some good leadership. I'm surprised, like, even like a team like New Jersey or somebody that could use like a depth forward hasn't gotten it done yet. I thought Tatar was underrated on the Habs. I thought he was kind of underrated too. Like his best moments were great. And honestly, even at the very end, he was still a good play driver and good offensive player for the Habs. Just kind of misunderstood everywhere he goes, right? It's a weird situation with him. Let me see. Caprice will be on a $9 million 5-year deal. Yeah, that's pretty much been confirmed. MTL Lore, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang. Thoughts on the Batherson deal, Grav? I honestly love it for both sides. I think especially though for Ottawa, if Batherson continues to play like he has in that second half, especially from last year, I think it's going to be a great deal, especially by year 5 and 6. I think the Sens are going to love that. Honestly, Piri Dorian has done some pretty good signings recently. If we didn't sign Perry, we aren't signing Stahl. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking a little bit too. Let me see if there's anything else here. I mean, good tweet here by LCH. Hey, with the hashtag gravity, that you love to see it. You love to see it. Your prediction for the Suzuki contract per year. Your prediction for and the Suzuki contract AAV. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. For AAV. For AAV, I gotta go. I gotta go around that 7 million. I gotta go around that 7 million mark, honestly. But LCH with the shout out, you love to see it. There we go. There we go. Oh, and Jordan Sailor for the 7. Thank you so much. Let him go and take the picks. KK should have never been picked overall. Yeah, I'd agree with that as well, Jordan. I think if the Habs, again, what's been reported by LCH, what's been reported here, that Dvorak will be going to Montreal. They're going to be using the picks to get Dvorak. I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. Aiden, thank you or Adam, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang, my man. But yeah, I would say let him go for sure. Actually, you know what? Final thoughts in the chat down below. Let me know. Would you rather let Kotkaniemi go or match? Match or let him go? Let me know what you guys want to see. What you guys want to see, not what you guys will or predict to see, but what you guys want to see. Do you want to keep Kotkaniemi? Do you not? For me personally, if you can get a Dvorak with the picks, I'm completely fine with it. Completely fine with it. Yeah, Emil, it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. I think Brady Tkachuk's re-signed with the Senators for 5 years, 8.3. I think Senators will overpay for him. I just have that feeling. Yeah, I mean, I think Tkachuk will probably be around that range. I mean, 8.3, a little bit steep for me. But it would make sense if Tkachuk's asking that range. It would make sense why Ottawa hasn't gotten the deal done yet either. If you love it done, then you let him go. Yeah, I would say 8.3 is too much for Brady Tkachuk right now, but maybe in year 4, maybe 5, it could work out. It's one of those deals that you don't love, but you kind of, especially with how the contract is, negotiations are going right now, you kind of learn to be okay with. Defenseman, how's PK doing? I think he'd re-sign in Montreal for peanuts to anchor third line, maybe power play. I mean, I think I would love him in Montreal for sure, but I don't know if he wants to go back personally. Levias, as a Canes fan, I just don't see how the Kotkaniemi is going to fit down the middle. It's kind of an odd pickup unless they want him as a top 6 winger. Yeah, honestly, that's how I see Kotkaniemi being in Carolina. I see him being a winger most likely, and having that. Personally, for me though, like again, when we look at Carolina centermen, like there's no way he's going to be playing above a Trocheck or even like a Jordan Staal for me, center wise. I feel like they'd probably move him to wing 100%. But we got 800 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much for coming in and just being absolutely amazing. Love you guys and hope you're having a great night. We right now have officially 1 hour to go. Officially 1 hour to go until this whole deadline is through. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And you know what? Let's get some 1 hour hype in the chat down below. We're getting so much closer to this. So much closer to this. Remember the Aho offer sheet? I remember it well. I still remember that whole day and just being so surprised that an offer sheet actually happened. Norlinder is good or bad? He is good, Alexi. Give me a second to crush the ice real quick. Norlinder is really good. I don't know if he should play this next year. One, because the Habs don't really have like a bona fide spot for him with Romanov hopefully entering the lineup. But also, I feel like Norlinder could also use that extra year. For me personally, I love Norlinder. I think he's going to be great. But if you can afford to give him another year, which the Habs can in the SHL, I think that would be perfect. And for me, Montreal has no real reason to rush him. Maybe you play him for a few games to start out, then send him back. That might be the best route. But I do think with Norlinder, sending him back for another SHL year would be the best, especially for the Indians. They're gonna treat him well, and they have so far. I think he's gonna be just fine. Even if he, I mean, again, I don't think he really has a spot yet, but next year especially, he'll be there. Hey, Levias, thank you so much for coming into the member squad. Great to have you. Can we get some Levias hype in the chat down below? Good to have you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, 58 minutes to go now. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Let me see real quick. Extend Dvorak 15 years for a Kotkaniemi's number. You know what? That's even more shade. Why not? How old is Price now? The window's closing. What isn't he? Why can't I remember Carey Price's age? He's 36, or not 36. He's 34. I was looking at Weber. Canes fan here. I think Kotkaniemi will play wing with Trocheck and Necas to start and develop his center skills. Yeah, I 100% agree on that on that line, Ron. I think he's going to be in the second line with Trocheck and Necas. And honestly, I think it fits like extremely well. I think it would be great for him to start out on the wing and have a little bit less pressure that way, which I think is important. But I feel like just being in Carolina around all those Finns would be just so beneficial for his development. Even if he's not playing with them to start out, I think it'd be great for him. And hey, who knows? Maybe he gets good enough to where he could be on that first line with Aho and Teravainen and have that complete finished first line. That'd be pretty cool for sure. How long until the cutoff point? Right now, we got 56 minutes to go, Logan. And we got a lot to talk about still because there's a bunch of new stuff coming out. Are you convinced? Yeah, I got my Whataburger cup right now, Jeff. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for another $7 donation, Jordan. Are you kidding me? Keep with the good work. Love your channel. Jordan, you absolute legend. Love coming your way. Can't we please get some more Jordan hype? My man is killing it. Killing it. Love you, man. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jordan. Let's get some Jordan hype, y'all. Let's get some Jordan hype. I'll join in the fun. Why not? Guy Lafleur was drafted first. Didn't do much first 3 years. Remember Marcel Dion? He was much better than the Flower. The Flower ripped 6 50-goal seasons and 5 cups. Jean-Philippe Canes is a better team for Kotkaniemi, and Montreal is a better team for Dvorak. I 100% agree on that. For sure. For sure. The fact that KK has higher potential NHL 21 than Nick Suzuki. No. So doesn't Kotkaniemi have like medium elite, and then Suzuki would have like medium top 6, right? I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Which even after last year to have Kotkaniemi as an elite medium is a little bit rich, a little bit rich. I mean, they even had like Casey Middlestat as a medium elite until like a year ago. So I'm not that surprised, honestly. How do you feel about the Islanders signings? I like a lot of them, especially Suzuki. I think that's a great deal for them. Do you think Suzuki could be the Habs captain in the future? 100%, Alexi. I would love to see that fit. Love to see that fit. Dvorak hasn't been officially traded yet, but again, from LCH, there is the trade on the table here that the Montreal Canadiens will probably accept once the whole deadline is passed. Once they officially announce that they aren't matching, we'll likely get the Dvorak trade announced. What do you think is Suzuki's ceiling, and how many points do you see him getting at the most? I feel like with Suzuki, his point ceiling is probably around a point per game. I don't know if he'll get past that, but I don't think he really needs to. He's a guy that's super versatile and has a lot of good strengths. So I would say Suzuki doesn't need to be like this 100-point getter, but I think he could get around 85 points, potentially. You know that Suzuki smokes mad blunts. Good for him. Good for him. Oh my goodness. Iceland Tell, thank you so much. Welcome to the Ground Game Stud memberships. Welcome, man. Good to have you. Absolutely appreciate your generosity. Thank you so much. Can we get some Iceland Tell hype in the chat? That is a sweet name. I gotta say it. Sweet name. Thank you so much for all the support, man. And good to have you in the members, man. Good to have you in the memberships. Suzuki is elite. He is 100%. Do you think giving up on Kotkaniemi this early will hurt the Habs in the long term? Maybe. I feel like with Kotkaniemi, here's the thing. Dvorak is a much better player right now, but I don't even really see Kotkaniemi being that much better than Dvorak in Montreal to me. Because the thing is, with Kotkaniemi, hasn't really fit too well in Montreal so far. And if you take the risk of keeping him, you obviously try to build around him, but there's always the chance that he just never turns out to be what he is. Dvorak has turned out to be what he is, but he also still has some more upside in my opinion, especially as Montreal's second line center. We'll see what happens. I think for me at least though, it could be a mistake, yeah, long term maybe, but I don't think it's gonna be like that much of a mistake really, or that much of a difference between the two. Yeah, Golbich, I don't even know. I don't even know what happened, dude. I honestly. People have never seen Dvorak play a single game. He's a better fit. I'm willing to bet I've watched more Dvorak than about 95% of the people watching. I watch a lot of Coyotes games. Not like a ton. I usually watch about like 20 a year, like in full. I And Dvorak was still he wasn't as good as 2020 Dvorak, but he also like was on Arizona, and to me there's always the chance that a player is better and is just a lot more energetic on a different team, to me at least. Like it seemed like he was a little bit demotivated this last year with the Arizona Coyotes, but he still was a great finisher. I mean this past, didn't he still get like 17 goals this past year on the Coyotes? Or was that 2020? Let me just check. No, it was this year. He got 17 goals in 56 games on the Coyotes. On the Coyotes. This man is killing it. KK has a ton of potential, but we'll need to wait a few years to see it. He's only 21. Agree with that, Sarah. Not the biggest Kotkaniemi fan, but compared to Doug Wickenheiser. Dang, that is cold, bro. Imagine Kane's making those lines, Teravainen, Aho, Svech, Natchez, Kaka, Stahl. Woo! That'd be pretty good, Juan. That'd be pretty good. Kotkaniemi will never live up to his lottery potential. I mean, I still think he could be like a lottery-worthy pick, but not a third overall pick, in my opinion. What's your favorite team? My favorite team is the Dallas Stars, Austin. Dvorak played with Kessel, Garland, Keller, and he's not playing with trash players. I mean, he's not playing with trash players. Yeah, Paul. But at the same time, I feel his traits fit really well in Montreal's system, if it does happen. But he was also, on the second line a lot this past year. He wasn't given as much opportunity, I think, offensively as he might get in Montreal. He was on pace for 25 goals, Dvorak, I mean. Yeah, he was around that range, which, again, like, is pretty good on an Arizona team still. Grav, is Dylan Strome a bust at this point? It depends on what your definition of a bust is. He's an NHL player, but not a great one. Not a great one. Ugh. Who should have been on the NHL 22 cover? Anybody else besides Austin Matthews, dude. Anybody else. Anybody else at all. For me. Anybody else would have been at least a little bit creative. Just having Matthews again just kind of sucks. It kind of makes it less exciting, especially even going on to next year. Like, it makes the cover athletes just that a little bit more unique. And we got a guy, like, I can get, like, having the same player on an NHL cover, like Alex Ovechkin, for instance, but in like the 2 covers in like 3 years just doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know. I feel like anybody else. Like I was personally really hoping it was Artemi Panarin. And after they released a clip, like basically just showing us ice in Madison Square Garden, that was a complete troll. That was a complete troll. And I'm still sad about that. I'm still sad about that. But we got 820 in this chat. Thank you guys so much coming in here. We right now have 40 minutes to go. Actually, 50 minutes to go until the deadline for Kotkaniemi's match is here. But again, we will likely know officially what is going on here with Kotkaniemi within the next 30 minutes, honestly. And again, the Dvorak trade that is proposed right now could be coming in within the next hour. We shall see. You should watch Dvorak's clip of his 17 goals last year. Impressive. It is a Big Mac, but I think he does a lot of good things as well, besides scoring goals. But the goal scoring is obviously a plus for a team that doesn't have as much finishing as you'd want. But hey, I mean, think about it this way. For Montreal, they go from 2 players like Dano and Tatar who couldn't finish to save their lives, and then they go from that to Tatar and Dvorak, 2 players that almost their bread and butter is finishing. So for me, I think it's a huge improvement goal scoring wise, at least in terms of that, and especially Mike Hoffman is a big improvement there too. Grash should be an insider, so we all know now. I wish Hockey News and Reports. That'd be pretty good. Connor, how's your day going? I'm doing pretty well. Hopefully you are as well, man. Should have been Chris Lee on the cover of NHL 22, of course. I mean, that was the favorite, and they robbed us of that, man. No, the deadline for Kotkaniemi is 5:30 Eastern. That was reported by a bunch of people, but also Sarah Savina as well, The Athletic. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Ryan Dahl, for the $2 donation, my man. Subscribe, good to see you. Good to see you again as well, Ryan. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while. I mean, since the last live stream, basically. Good to see you, though, Ryan. Can we get some Ryan hype in the chat down below for a legend? Grab, quick question, which I know you won't be able to answer, but I'm asking anyways. Why did Holtz have to be at my job today? I'm so sad. Because you're just criminally underrated by the universe, man. Like, Andres, you deserve the freaking world, and it's giving you, like, a piece of dirt instead. I don't get it. Like, you are an absolute legend, and deserves so much more. Deserves so much better. Brady Plays, what's going on, man? Did a trade happen? Not officially yet. Mark Bergevin on the NHL 22 cover. I mean, if we're going to go in for GMs, I think, honestly, if Steve Yzerman was on the NHL 22 cover, I think it would sell really well. It's just the Yzer plan, man. Yeah, Parvin, that's also a factor. Dvorak and Anderson play together with the London Knights. That is true, as well as Dvorak being the captain for the London Knights as well. So the leadership on top of the play of Dvorak is also super valuable, in my opinion. Where's the Dvorak trade? It hasn't been confirmed yet, but according to LCH, there is a Dvorak trade that'll be happening right around the same time that the Kotkaniemi match or non-match is confirmed by Montreal. But according to LCH, who again has broken a lot of Habs stuff in the past, but most notably the Logan Mailloux pick by the Habs hours before it was made in the NHL draft. He reported that and broke that. And also today we have this confirmation that the trade back to Arizona will be the Canes' first pick and the conditional second-round pick in 2024. Mikko the Moose is underrated as well. Mikko Rantanen? I don't know. I feel like Rantanen gets pretty properly rated. In terms of Finnish players that are underrated, man, Rupe Hintz he's one of the best players in the NHL right now and does not get enough credit when he's healthy. Yo, Grab, what are your thoughts on Tomas Hertl of the Bruins? I think it makes so much sense. Kind of like Dvorak in Montreal. I think Tomas Hertl on the Bruins is almost perfect. I don't think the Bruins want a huge amount of term either. They obviously want to compete these next couple of seasons, and Dvorak being on 1 year, I think is going to be perfect for them. Can I say hi? Of course you can say hi, Dustin. I wonder what the trade for Kotkaniemi would have looked like. Ryan, Zuki plus picks. Montreal probably wanted Jarvis. Jarvis for Kotkaniemi? If Bergevin was asking for Jarvis for Kotkaniemi, he is on a different planet. He is on a different planet. Seth Jarvis is way better than Kotkaniemi, in my opinion. Some ice ASMR. When is the Tarasenko trade happening? It's been reported that it might not even happen this offseason, so I'm kind of up in the air on if that'll actually happen. Does Kotkaniemi solidify Carolina as a playoff team in the tight metro? I don't think so. I think it just goes down to goaltending. Julietta, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. By the way, if any of you guys are new to this channel, we do daily hockey content, live streams just like this all the time, and you get free cookie and free shoutouts if you do subscribe. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Join the Grab Gang here on the channel. We'd love to have you. I mean, we have a ton of Habs fans already on the channel. I mean, if you want to add to it, or whoever you're cheering for, it does not matter. We'd love to have you here. And Hintz as fun as everyone thought. He was a bust already in Finland after his draft. Michael, thoughts on players allowed in the Olympics? It's awesome. I'm still so happy about that being a thing. I mean, as a U.S. fan, I'm kind of just prepared to get silver at this point, but I'll take anything I get at this, honestly, especially after the disappointment of 2018. Yeah, 100%, Jonathan. I don't even know. I mean, Jesse, Todd, and Dylan, just the generosity of those three, and everybody that's donated today has been insane. Dvorak very underrated in terms of complete game. Habs smart to get him and take the picks. Wanted Dvorak for the Rangers. Yeah, I think Dvorak, like same thing with the Habs. I think Dvorak would have been perfect for the Rangers, and he would have fit the mold that the Rangers' current front office is kind of going for. They want more tenacity. They want more complete games. Dvorak would have been perfect. Why didn't the Rangers do that? Like you could have had Zibanejad, Dvorak, and Strome. That is amazing, just amazing. Now, I think the reason why that might not have happened is that they maybe looked at Dvorak and thought maybe it's not a huge improvement over Strome, which is wrong. I think he would be. But also, you could have one of the best like three centers in terms of completeness in the league, I think. Now, Ryan Strome I would prefer on the third line, but still, like those top three centermen are great. And then you could have just a bunch of flexibility on the wings, too. Thank you so much, Alexi and Doomster, for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. Good to see you guys. Grab, should the Nucks put Hughes on the wing? Win Hughes? Good luck. That would be pretty fun, though. I kind of like to see that. Is Dvorak a greater player than Kotkaniemi? He's smaller than KK, and his best season was 40 points. Absolutely better than Kotkaniemi, David. Especially when it comes to the fit in Montreal. I mean, in terms of the like point scoring, it might not be like a humongous improvement like right now, but I think with Dvorak in Montreal, I think he'd do very well as a second line center. With Dvorak, there's a lot of qualities that I think kind of go underrated. His finishing is obviously the big thing that stands out, and I think in Montreal, especially alongside a guy like Anderson, or actually Well, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I don't think the Habs will go for three scorers on the same line. So it would probably be Gallagher, Hoffman, and then Dvorak. But I think Dvorak has a lot of great, just solid skills. There's no like huge strength to his game, in my opinion, but he does a lot right, and he plays the game just so well. I think, especially come playoff time. He's a tenacious guy, though, really energetic, always makes the smart plays. He's not a guy that'll make all the flashy plays, but I don't think he needs to. He knows what he needs to do, and he gets it done. There's really no BS to his game, in my opinion. And he's a guy that I think can be pretty flexible, too, in terms of ice time and in terms of deployment. I think he could be on the power play. He could be on the penalty kill. There's a lot to like with Dvorak, and he was a captain in the OHL, too. There's a lot of good with Dvorak. And there's nothing that, again, like, is Eichel good by any means? But there's a lot that just you really come to love. And in Arizona, I thought he was good, very, very good for them, especially over the past 2 seasons. Michael Longbottom, thank you so much for the 140 Canadian, my man. Absolutely appreciate it. Can we get some Michael hype in the chat down below as well? Good to see you. LCH, if you guys don't know, is an insider who's broken different stuff Habs-wise in the past. Most notably, he broke the Logan Mailloux pick hours before it happened in the NHL draft. And he's reporting as well that the trade hasn't happened yet officially, but if it does happen, this is the return that would go back to the Arizona Coyotes. Tay says we better offer sheet Natchez next season. I mean, good luck, my man. Good luck, my man. Short term, yes, I agree, but Kotkaniemi has a higher ceiling. I think in terms of ceiling, yeah, I would say Kotkaniemi has a higher ceiling for sure. But I feel like also Kotkaniemi, I don't know if he'd hit that ceiling in Montreal. I feel like Dvorak's a much more likely guy to be that second center quality guy than Kotkaniemi is with the Habs. Habs fan 09, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hoffman, Dvorak, and Gallagher are 3 shooters. What a bad line series, so we only have shooters in our top 6 if we do that. I mean, you could, there's a lot of ways they could go for that. I mean, Gallagher is obviously a little bit more of a goal scorer, but I think he has some playmaking abilities. There's a lot of options for the Habs. They could go with like a, an Arturi Lehkonen perhaps on that second line. Let me just look at their options right now. I mean, you could kind of spread it out a little bit. Maybe you have like a Lehkonen perhaps. Maybe that's where you have, maybe they could have as well if you have some diversity. Maybe you could have Drouin on that second line. That could be a factor with Dvorak. It's a possibility. I think that would probably be the most likely thing that Montreal does. So in terms of actual roster look right now, you'd obviously have the first line with Suzuki, Caulfield, and Toffoli. But I think the most likely second line would be Hoffman, Dvorak, and Drouin. That would probably be what I would predict. Because, I mean, even with Gallagher, you'd still be missing a little bit of playmaking there. I mean, I think with Drouin, you get a lot of that, and you get a lot of good passing ability, which I think, especially with Dvorak and Hoffman, would work pretty well. It's not like ideal. Like you don't have like like all 3 of those guys have a little bit more goal score. Not Drouin, but you have Hoffman and Dvorak more of goal scorers, so it's not like completely balanced. But I feel like it would work out still pretty well. And I still feel like Montreal, especially on the power play, needs more finishing overall. And I think, especially in Dvorak, it gives them more of a weapon to use, which wasn't quite there. Like, if we think about that with Montreal center-wise, like, besides Nick Suzuki, who could be a center that would actually be a threat offensively on the power play? It wasn't a thing with Dano. It really wasn't. But now you have Dvorak on that second power play, which can make it a lot more lethal, in my opinion, and give some stability and some cushion to that first power play, too. Bruins will get back to dominating the Habs. Sorry, Habs fans, don't hit me. I mean, I think the Bruins are going to be great this next year, Dylan. I put Drouin with Suzuki and Caulfield. I don't know. I feel like Drouin just fits better with Hoffman and Dvorak. I feel like Toffoli, Caulfield, and Suzuki is just too good to pass up almost. Yo, Graf, how many points Dvorak will get in his first season? Yeah, we were kind of speculating a little bit earlier as well. I feel like Dvorak's probably going to get around 44 or 54 to 55 points, around that range. Ari, right now the deadline will be in actually 38 minutes. So we're getting super close. Super close. Will Dvorak switch to number 15? 18 isn't available. That would make sense in my opinion. Drouin will probably play on the third with Evans and Anderson. But yeah, the thing is, like, I guess you could have Hoffman, Dvorak, and Gallagher. There's a lot of versatility, especially on the wings, in my opinion. An H's offer sheet isn't going to work. Yeah, I don't see it happening. But you know what? Taze is a madman for suggesting it. let's see. Yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back to this one. It's not confirmed right now, Jamaz, but again, from LCH, it's confirmed what the package would be if Montreal does trade for him. Where are you from, Grav? I'm from Dallas, Texas. Anthony? I don't know. I feel like Dvorak, I mean, in terms of just like the surface level, I think Dvorak has a lot of similarities to Dano, which I think is a good thing because I think Dano's defensive presence is a little bit lost. Dvorak can have some of that to the second line, but I feel like he's a much better shooter, much better goal scoring threat than Dano ever was, and I feel like that's a factor that brings it in. He's definitely not as good defensively or in terms of shutdown ability, but he still has a bit of that to his game. But the goal scoring is a huge improvement between the two for sure. Who do you think the Habs trade for? I think it's Dvorak. I live in Montreal, and today I'm a happy camper. Good to hear, John. Good to hear. Dvorak would be a solid addition. I do prefer to know, like, just in terms of player, like if I had to pick one guy, like, start my team, I'd rather have Dano. But Dvorak, I think, might fit the Habs better from here on out, and he's obviously costing about $1 million less than Dano too, so you have to factor that into play. Thank you so much, Kirk, for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang. Thank you so much, man. Good to have you. Love coming your way. Tyler, I'm 18 years old. Plot twist: Montreal matches the offer sheet, but still trade for Dvorak and Paling in a first. If they did that, honestly, I'd kind of appreciate the boldness. Actually, since we got 36 minutes to go, once again, official predictions. 1 in the chat if you think the Habs will not match. 2 if you think they do match the Kotkaniemi offer sheet. All signs point to them not matching, but I want to know what you guys are thinking, because I have seen some people saying that they are going to match it, so we'll see. Or some people in the chat saying that they're going to match. I'd say Dano is better comparatively, but again, there's a lot of factors there. I think Dano's better overall, but Dvorak has much better goal scoring ability, could be more of a leader perhaps, and costs $1 million less. So it's basically just what you prefer. I prefer Dano's defensive and shutdown ability, but Dvorak's still a good two-way centerman with great finishing ability, and he costs, again, $1 million less. So I think for Montreal, in a lot of ways, it's worse and better, but I don't think it's like a huge net negative for them either. Minka, what time is the deadline? 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I think the Habs missed the playoffs, kind of like Dallas last year. It is a possibility, Chewbacca. I don't think, I mean, for me personally, even if they get Dvorak, I still think it'll be really hard to make the playoffs. It's going to be tough, but I think it is a possibility, right? I think they're going to be in that range where Toronto's kind of going to be in that range of like that 5-4-3 range. I think, honestly, the top 2 in the Atlantic are going to be Boston and Florida, but I think Tampa, Montreal, Toronto, Boston, they're well, not Boston, Tampa, Toronto, Montreal, kind of going to be fighting for those playoff spots right at the very end, I think. 5:30 Eastern, Morningwood, 5:30 Eastern. No, it was confirmed by Sarah Siv that it's 5:30 Eastern, unless you guys can link me to something otherwise. But hey, if it is 5 p.m. Eastern, then we'll get the word in 5 minutes here. So either way, we're good. Oh, and Jordan with a 7 as well. So many points. So how many points Caulfield gets this year? Waterburger rules. Thank you so much, Jordan. And you are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. Thank you so much for the 7, Jordan. Can we get some Jordan hype in the chat down below? I'm predicting points-wise for Caulfield. I'm going to predict 60 on the mark. 28 goals, 32 assists. Let me see. Yeah, again, from what I saw, it was Sirius Ivian saying that it was 5:30 Eastern. Actually, let me look up like Eric Angles and stuff just to make sure, because I'm pretty sure he said as well it was 5:30 Eastern. Anyways, we'll get the official word in a little bit. All right, we got 3 minutes to go. We got 3 minutes to go until it's 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. Almost. Sorry, I can't donate. It won't let me. No problem, HasFan09. Good to see you in here. Predictions for Carter Hart this year? I think he bounces back. I think he does too. Dano would still be in Montreal had he been better advised by his agent last year. He is going to be anonymous in LA. In hindsight, do you wish Montreal picked Brady Tkachuk? 100%, man. I mean, for them, I'd rather have Quinn Hughes, but man, that would have been either one of those guys would have been great. JB, do you think Drouin plays center? He said he's ready to play the position. Yeah, he did say that. I don't think it's ideal. Just because, I mean, when he was healthy the past year and a half, it seemed like he was finally starting to fit into that winger role. And I just hate for him to be in a position where he's not comfortable. And it seemed like at center to start out in Montreal, that just wasn't really the case. He was fine, but it didn't seem like he was perfectly comfortable in that position. And especially if the Habs want to be a playoff team, let alone be successful in the playoffs, you need to have centermen that are completely confident. Dvorak is that, and I'm not sure if Drouin will be that. How long until the deadline grab? 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Will McTavish start the year in Anaheim? I don't think so. That would be a big surprise. A big surprise. Montreal's fans being delusional, thinking they were going to go somewhere. I mean, if they make the playoffs, they've shown the past couple of years to do some damage, so we'll see. Yeah, so Levi, Sarah said 5 p.m. initially, then she corrected herself and said 5:30 Eastern. Thoughts on the founder of Cap Friendly going to the Hawks? I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm hoping that Cap Friendly doesn't like take a step back because of that. But I love to see talented people get hired and get rewarded. He did some fantastic stuff for the hockey world. And honestly, like, I'm just imagining a world without Cap Friendly. I mean, I have like 2 Cap Friendly tabs open right now. I have 2 Cap Friendly tabs open right now. Just the amount of work that goes in is crazy. But again, guys, the last reports that we got right now was confirming that the return for Dvorak, if we do see a trade, will be the Canes' first-round pick and a second-round pick in 2024. But we got 1,000 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Can we get some 1K hype in the chat down below? Thank you guys so much for coming in. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. If you're enjoying the content so far, if you enjoy hockey or the Habs, make sure you stick around. You get free cookies, you get free daily hockey content. This channel is the place to be. So we hopefully will see you for the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the chat down below for everything going on. We'll see what else is here. Okay, nothing yet. So again, the deadline right now is in 30 minutes. From what I can tell, is in 30 minutes. Speaking as a Vancouverite, if Kotkaniemi doesn't want to be in Montreal, you don't want him. He's nuts. Take the picks and flip him for a guy who isn't entitled. You deserve better. I mean, for me, Chris, if you were in that position where you were offered $6.1 million and you said no, I'd be worried about you, man. I'd be worried about you. I'm a Canes fan. I'm so hyped. No, if you do get Kotkaniemi, he's going to be pretty good for you guys, in my opinion. Very, very good for you guys. That's in the hypothetical fight between a crocodile and bear. Who would win in a cage match? Absolutely the crocodile. If he was given a little bit of water terrain, easily the crocodile. No doubt. No doubt. I really enjoyed the channel. I'm a Jets fan from Manitoba. Chewbacca, good to see you in the chat again, man. And good to see you throughout the whole stream so far. Good luck to the Jets next year. Going to be a really, really cramped Central Division. Thumbiz, what's going on? Thanks for going live for us, bro. Grab no problem, beard. Again, in this live stream, we're going to be giving you all the updates, all the news as it comes live. So do not go anywhere, guys. Everything will be in this one. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is a cryptic tweet here by Eric Engels. What will you be doing? What will you be doing for the next 30 minutes? We'll be here on this live stream, baby. That is what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing. Pedersen point prediction. If he re-signs with the Canucks, I'm predicting probably around 75, 80. Oh, yeah. Kotkaniemi on Aho's wing would be really good. Do you think the Brayden Schenn is one of the rare wins for both teams where Farabee and Frost being the picks going back? I mean, for the Flyers. Farabee being one of the picks, I think they'll take that. Cat Friendly is our Lord and Savior. 100% agreed on that. Man, these next 30 minutes, so Eric Engels is well confirming that it is happening in 30 minutes. So there you go. The deadline is at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Does Montreal return some petty tweets? We'll see. We'll see. Grab, when you're out and something breaks that's big, do you go straight home? I have no idea what that means. No idea what that means. Darcy Kuemper wins the Vezina? That's a possibility if he's healthy, of course. Let me see. Notice me? Sorry, Golvich. Can't happen. Can't happen. Why Dvorak specifically? I don't think the Coyotes want to let him go. No, they've been pretty adamant in trade rumors that the possibility of trading him is always on the table. I mean, for Arizona, it's been reported that everybody besides Chychrun is on the table. They might not like want to trade him, but they're available, and Dvorak is one of those guys. I'm not going anywhere. You love to see it, Beard. You love to see it. Montreal equals class act franchise with respect. Just got my preseason tickets for the Ducks. Taking my nephew for his first hockey game. Sarah, that is amazing. Hopefully they enjoy it. Hopefully he enjoys it. Travis, thank you so much for coming. Also, Ziggy, welcome to the Grab Gang. Good to have you guys. Thank you so much for giving this channel a chance. Hope for the Canes that Kotkaniemi will finally be strong enough to stay on his skates this season. I think he'll be good in Carolina. Apparently, Molson isn't happy with how Bergevin handled the situation with Kotkaniemi. I think if Kotkaniemi goes, Bergevin is fired. Really, Sherman? Where'd you hear that? That would make it a little bit more interesting. Do you think Poehling is an NHL regular this season? If the Habs don't get a second line center, then I think yes, for sure. He'd have to be almost. Who would you rather have, Farabee or Kotkaniemi? Oh, Farabee. Not even a question. Not even a question. Farabee is definitely one of the most underrated younger players in the NHL right now. Yeah, Dvorak is also a great face-off guy, too. Hey, Grab, do you think Dostal will get some starts in the league this year? I think it's a possibility. I hope he does. He's obviously in the pro leagues now, officially, in North America. I think he has a super bright future. If he doesn't, I think he'll be just fine, though. Okay, we'll see here. We'll see. Again, we got 26 minutes to go, guys. Do not go anywhere. 1,100 people in this stream. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. And once again, thank you guys so much for all the donators that have come in this stream so far. You guys are absolutely amazing. Love you guys. Hope you're having a great night. I sure am, and you guys have made sure of that, obviously. How many points will Calle get in Carolina? In his first year, I'm going to predict probably around 30, 35. Hey, Gold Caulfield with the 2 Canadian. Imagine if Montreal gets Clayton Keller. I don't see it, but, I mean, that would be a pretty interesting fit. Alex, thank you so much for coming, too. Can we get some Goat Caulfield hype in the chat down below? Very, very accurate username, I must say. But yeah, I think Dvorak is probably what they're going to get most likely. So what will Montreal have to get have to give to get Jack Eichel? A lot, Noah. A lot, just saying. I think too much for Montreal. Habs getting Kuznetsov as per ESPN. Where are you seeing that? If you guys are seeing stuff, link me that on Twitter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great tweet here by LCH. Great tweet here by LCH. 1,500 seconds left. It's almost time, baby. You know what? Let's get some W's in the chat. Let's hope for some big stuff in the next 30 minutes. We'll see what happens. Again, a potential Dvorak trade could be announced in the next hour, but we will get the official confirmation on whether the Habs have matched or not the Kotkaniemi offer sheet within the next little bit. We will get it confirmed. Buffalo wants too much for Eichel, too risky, not worth it. How many points do you think Armia will get? I think Armia will probably be around that. It depends on his ice time. I think he'll probably be on the third line. If he is, I probably predict around 30-point season. Wendy, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. Thank you so much for giving this channel a chance, Wendy. No Galchenyuk, please. Watched every KK game. Liked him at first, but not sold after last season. Looks like another Nolan Patrick. $6 million for him is stupid. Yeah, I mean, his rookie season was pretty good. The past couple of seasons have definitely been a downfall since then. Yeah, if I was Montreal, I wouldn't match the offer. Going to Canucks versus Oilers next season, so that's going to be a great game, NZ. That's awesome. It's so good to have every single stadium in the league having fans, and the North Division, the North teams actually having fans in the stands for next year. It's going to be so refreshing, man. What would the trade look like if the Canadiens went for Hertl? If it was a Hertl trade, it would probably be the first-round pick back from Carolina, probably a roster player on the younger side, like a Jake Evans, a first-round pick, and probably like a upper mid-level prospect, which for the Habs would probably be like a Jaden Struble or like a Sean Farrell or an Alex Tuck. There's a few options out there, but I think what you're looking at is that first-round pick, a good young roster player, and then a pretty great prospect. Puljujärvi goal prediction, go 1,000. That's what he deserves, baby. Puljujärvi is honestly, like, I still don't get why he isn't the face of the NHL, man. He's the most interesting player. He is always doing something wacky, and he's always smiling. You love to see it. Who do you think will win this situation? Montreal, Canes, or Arizona? I mean, I think personally it's Arizona. If they get a first and second round pick, which is what it's been reported in the Dvorak trade, then it's not too bad. We right now got 22 minutes to go until it is time for all the news to break. But guys, if you guys are ready, put some readies in the chat down below because there's going to be a lot going down. We got 1,200 people in this chat. Thank you guys so much coming in. Only 322 likes. Let's get to 325 right now, boys. Hit that like button if you haven't. Get the stream on the new people. I appreciate it a ton. And subscribe if you're new. If you're enjoying so far. Montreal a match and not say anything and then let the Canes Twitter break the news. Imagine. That would be pretty sad. But I don't think it's going to happen. Luke Tuck, yes. I was thinking about Vegas earlier. That's why I said Alex Tuck is an excuse, but I'll say it. But yeah, Luke Tuck. Dvorak is on Wiki playing for the Canadiens. Yeah, I think somebody changed that just to make fun of it. Puliarvi is the most wholesome player in NHL history. You're honestly not wrong. You are honestly not wrong. Hertl to Montreal would be interesting. Yes, it would absolutely be. I think he'd be great there. But the problem is, again, he's only there for 1 year probably, and you're probably not going to be able to re-sign him. I don't think he'd stay in Montreal personally. Sorry for being late. Just finished installing new flooring. No problem, Jacob. Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you in the chat. What if Montreal don't match and don't trade? If they don't match and they don't trade for anybody, I think they're missing the playoffs. And if they want to do that, then they can go right ahead. Softy, XII. Hello, what's going on? Let me see if there's any other updates here. TSN Hockey retweeting of 5 years later. Gift right there. Sorry, I thought they broke something. I was like, wait a second, what? Hockey Dylan, what's going on? Good to see you in the chats. The biggest winner of all this is KK. That is true, Gary. That is true. And to be honest, I don't like him getting the bag. I don't hate it. Like, let's just anybody that even thinks for a second, like I'm willing to bet every single diehard Habs fan here, every single one, unless you're already making like $1 million, which Jerry probably was, but if you had the chance to sign a $6.1 million contract to play for a team like Carolina, not even like a garbage team like Arizona, like imagine you get to be paid $6.1 million to play for an NHL team that wants you badly. Just imagine that type of opportunity, and especially at a young age like Kotkaniemi. For me, at least, I can get where when an older player still gets a bunch of money and fans start to go against him. But in almost every case besides Mitch Marner, if a younger player gets the bag, I don't hate them for it. I don't hate them for it because like you never know when an injury can cost you your career. And you never know when if that next contract is going to come. So for me with Kotkaniemi, especially him, I mean, him in Montreal, it obviously seemed like the negotiations weren't going that great. You get an opportunity to go to a team like Carolina for $6.1 million, a huge raise over what he was probably going to get, and you go to a team like Carolina, every single person here would say yes to that, pretty much. In my humble opinion. Okay, let's see. I'm just checking Twitter to see if there's anything else. KK will have the worst contract next year. I mean, yeah, but still, for Kotkaniemi, I don't blame him one bit. Montreal to Kuznetsov. Where are you hearing that, Alexander? If you guys are seeing anything, make sure to link that to me on Twitter, at NathanGravity. By the way, 1,200 people in here. Thank you so much, every single one of you guys, for spending time with us today. We right now got 18 minutes to go until the Kotkaniemi deadline is here, so do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. Why do you not like Mitch? Because I don't know. It's just pretty funny to hate on his contract. And also, like, $11 million. That's when you get into the range of like, okay, you couldn't take a pay cut. You could. It's much different situations. Like with Kotkaniemi, he wasn't gonna get near $6.1 million in Montreal, but that's like life-changing money right there. And I don't hate that. Meanwhile, for Marner, it's like, okay, like you go from you could have gone from $11 million to like $10 million. You could have been slightly less unbelievably rich, and you couldn't do it. Sad. I can't believe KK hope the Habs win every game against Carolina. Interesting. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Riley traded for the Kraken for Beniers. Imagine. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Tyler with the 2. I'm here, boys. Good to see you in the chat, Tyler. Good to see you again, my boy. My boy. Welcome back to the streams, my man. Welcome back to the streams. Can we get some Tyler hype in the chat down below? You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Dvorak will likely take second center spot and Poehling third center spot. I don't know why nobody talks about him. Poehling is going to be an interesting guy. I feel like Evans likely has a better chance of getting that spot, but I feel like with Poehling, his last year, development-wise, has been much improved over the product he was just a couple of seasons ago. To me, he's made a lot of progress. I feel like he'll get a center spot. Whether that's the third or fourth line, we'll see. But I think he'll be on there for sure. Oh, of course somebody thought just a random tweet that was put out by nobody was actually the case. Nah, Kuznetsov has not been traded to the Habs. Predictions for a future steal in the 2021 draft? Jesper Wallstedt. Easy one right there. Still don't know how the heck the Oilers passed up on him. He's the best goalie of the draft in my opinion, and one of the best goalies of this next generation. But besides that, I think Dylan Duke's going to make a lot of people wrong for the fact that he went in the 5th round. Just insane value there by the Lightning. We're doing pretty well, Tyler. We're doing pretty well. We right now got 16 minutes to go. 16 minutes to go. Canucks 92 just got here. Any news on Kotkaniemi? Right now, we've got a lot of rumors about the Habs potentially trading the picks away in the Kotkaniemi offer sheet. What the rumors are right now, and what the almost the confirmation is that, again, what's most likely going to happen is the Habs will not match the offer and trade for Dvorak right after they confirm that they're not matching. Would you trade Kotkaniemi straight up for Dvorak? I mean, that's pretty much what the Habs are doing, right? I would say yes, but again, it just depends on what your view on the Habs are. Because if you want them to be like want to win the Stanley Cup these next couple of years, then you go to Dvorak every single day of the week. But if you want more of a long-term team, then I think Kotkaniemi is your guy. But for me with Montreal, they have a lot of players that are on the older side of things. I mean, Carey Price is only Carey Price for so much longer, I think. He's 34. He's not going to be amazing in the playoffs for too much longer, in my opinion. And I feel like for the Habs, going for a more win now window just makes more sense. We'll see. I just don't see Montreal matching, though. Yeah, passing on Wallstedt was a brutal decision by the Oilers. I mean, I still like Burgo as an Oilers pick, but compared to what they could have gotten into Wallstedt, it would have been much better, in my opinion. Untouched Sports has been just so... like, why are you so mad, my man? You've been in caps lock this whole time, saying I have no hockey knowledge, and then saying, wow, such a deep center lineup. Well, when did I say it was a deep center lineup? Even with Dvorak, the center lineup is not great. It's better than it would have been, though. Wait a second. Expect Carolina to sign Kotkaniemi long-term early next year for around $4 million AAV. I would expect that a contract's probably going to happen. Frederick, thank you so much for subscribing, and welcome to the Grab Gang, my man. Good to see you. Good to see you in the Grab Gang. Looking at Montreal's current contracts and cop friendly, hurts to look at. Yeah, there's some Oh! The Montreal Canadiens have not matched the offer for Jesperi Kotkaniemi from the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens will not match the Hurricanes offer sheet to Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Montreal will receive Carolina's first and a third round pick in 2022 as compensation. And this isn't it yet, folks, because we get a trade right after this. But the Habs have confirmed right before the deadline. And I told you guys it was going to happen before the deadline. They would confirm it. And they did right here. 13 minutes before the deadline, and Kotkaniemi is going to Carolina. Pack your bags, baby. Get some clothes in here, Kotkaniemi. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's Dvorak time in Montreal, baby. It is Dvorak time in Montreal. All right, the Canadiens have officially confirmed it, but again, do not go anywhere because we could see a trade as well on top of this. But Kotkaniemi is now officially going to the Carolina Hurricanes. There you go. There you go. So let me know in the chat, W or L for the Montreal Canadiens. Let me know, W or L. But wait, yeah, we could still see a trade as well on top of this. We will see what happens. Thank you for everybody that added me on Twitter, by the way, Mark and Taze as well. Because I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. But there you go. There you go. The Canadiens have not matched. All right, again, guys, again, now that we have confirmation that they have not matched, a trade almost needs to happen. It almost needs to happen. So now we are just in a waiting game, I'll be streaming for at least another like 30 minutes, but there you go. The Canadiens have not matched. I'm seeing a lot of W's and a lot of L's, a lot of variety there. Mostly W's, but some L's are making a little bit of a comeback here. But we'll see. Again, we could see a trade announced super soon. And one of the main things that actually how I saw it going down was that Montreal was going to announce this, announce that they were not matching the offer a few minutes before the deadline. Then to make a little bit more of a PR move to make sure that people forget that they traded their 3rd overall pick, they would trade for the replacement and trade for somebody better. That is what has been pretty much reported as well. LCH saying that Dvorak is likely the guy that the Canadiens go for, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Canadiens are going to trade for a center to kind of make the pain a little bit less and make it a little more interesting. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 10, Philip Bridgman, my man, coming back in here again. I mean, Philip, you've been here for how long, man? Appreciate it again. Hey, Grab, great work on the videos. Do you think Cole Perfetti makes the Jets this year? And who do you think, or what do you think of Perfetti's, or Perfetti, Pitlick, Dubois, and Ehlers line? I would love that line. I think there's a chance that Perfetti makes the team. I would like to see it. I think there's a good chance of him making the middle 6 at least. I think there's a good chance of that, especially on the power play. I think he'd be super lethal in year 1. Might not win the Calder Trophy, but could be up there. But thank you so much, Philip, for the 10. Can we get some Philip Pipe in the chat down below? But once again, Kotkaniemi confirmed, has not been matched by the Montreal Canadiens. Has not been matched. Kotkaniemi is going to Carolina. And let me know in the chat, how many points does Kotkaniemi get in his first year with the Canes? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Carolina has used, I hear from Mark Bergevin, Carolina has used a tool available to them in the collective bargaining agreement, and we accept that decision. Hey, I'll accept that decision once Dvorak is a Hab, Mark. Marky, just get Dvorak and I'll accept that decision too. I'll accept it. Oh, I'll accept it so much. I'll be accepting it all the time. 100%. 100%. I'll be accepting it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, once again for Kotkaniemi, I'm predicting around 33 points for him. That'd be around the sweet spot, I think, for his first year. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. By the way, thank you for everybody that's following me on Twitter, at Nathan Gravity, if you haven't already. They can go after Hertl, Monahan, Eichel, Kuznetsov, and most likely Dvorak. Yeah, a lot of options. Let me know in the chat down below if you guys haven't already. Let me know in the chat down below what do you guys think? What do you guys want? Or who do you guys want to see Montreal go for? Right now, the most likely option is Dvorak, and we could see a trade with Dvorak pretty soon. But I want to know your thoughts. What are you guys thinking? What's your thoughts on the Canadian next year? Where will they finish in the Canadian League? In the Canadian League or the NHL? I think the Canadiens will probably be about 5th or 4th, I think, in the Atlantic. I don't think they're going to be a dominant team, but I don't think they're going to suck. They'll be a non-playoff team / playoff team for all this season. They're going to be in the fight, though, I think. If they get Dvorak. If they don't, I think they're missing the playoffs. But again, Dvorak almost has to, or somebody to be that second line center. Still, somebody. Yeah, Dvorak just makes too much sense. Exactly, Tyler. Exactly. Dvorak or Kuznetsov, they won't get Hertl because of his contract expiring. Yeah, I'd agree on that, Dominic. What about Robert Thomas or Jordan Kyrou? I really don't see the Blues trading either of those guys. Unless you're going to trade an absolute haul. Especially Kyrou. I don't see it happening. I think the Blues are trying to go a little bit more of a younger direction, especially after this next year. So we'll see what happens. Pedersen offer sheet, go big or go home. I like how you think, Alex. I like how you think. I honestly really hope the Habs do it. It would just be so fun. It would just be so fun. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And a big reason why I think the Habs not matching is so important. Mark Bergevin, not the Habs, but Mark Bergevin now needs to make a trade. Because let's be honest, even though Bergevin's job is still a little bit confirmed, it's not 100% safe. And if the Habs miss the playoffs this next year, especially with all the free agents they got this last season with Hoffman and Savard, I don't know how much the front office is going to love that. So for me, I think Bergevin is getting that push to make the team as good as possible. And that obviously is reflected in the free agency moves. So for me personally, I just feel like there's no way that Montreal goes the route that some people think they're going to go, where they just tank and go into the centers like they are and just try to do that. I just don't see how Marc Bergevin does that. I feel like he's too bombastic in terms of trades to let that happen. And he wants to make the playoffs this next year. If he didn't, he wouldn't have signed a guy like Savard, especially. Like Savard, I think Savard, a lot more than Hoffman, is almost the bigger indicator of what Montreal's plan is this next season. Because there's no way Savard, like, there's no way Montreal would have been like, okay, Savard, we're going to tank, and you should be okay with that this next year. No! He's won the Stanley Cup. He wants to win more. He would want to be a part of a winning team, and I just don't see how Montreal does that, especially after they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. So for me personally, I think this means a lot, but I think it means especially that Montreal's going to go for a centerman and try to get somebody else. But we shall see. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Erich, for the 2. Welcome to Carolina Kotkaniemi. Yes, officially. And also, joined with another 7 Canadian. Yes, Marc Bergevin called the Canes bluff. That is true. That is true. There's a rumor that Marc Bergevin is working on 2 trades, the one with Dvorak and one with the East team. I did see that as well, Ethan. It was reported by LCH, though, that it was just Dvorak now that Montreal's focused on. KK was trash, so happy the Sens got Brady Tkachuk. I mean, he is the better player. That is true. David, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Ground Game. We got 1,400 people in this chat. If you guys have not subscribed already, make sure you do so. Excuse me. Daily hockey content on this channel, free cookies and a free shout out if you do subscribe. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for hockey content just like this, because we're gonna be going. I mean, every single deadline, every single everything. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. Oh man. Oh man. This is good news that deal went through. What's the lowest they can pay Kotkaniemi after that 1-year deal? I mean, if it is a contract extension, it would be as low as they want. But if it is a qualifying offer, it'd have to be 6.1. Wondering if it would be open to the Habs trading Brendan Gallagher for JT Miller. I don't know about that, especially with Weber potentially retiring. I don't know. I don't think they would probably. I mean, I think it's between Suzuki and Gallagher in terms of the next captains. JD Mayo, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Ground Game. Habs didn't match? No. Officially, the Habs have not matched the Kotkaniemi offer. Have not matched the Kotkaniemi offer. Let me see real quick. Oh, man, this is not good. Tays with a great tweet here. This is rough. Yeah, I kind of explained it in my last Habs video. But just look at this. Oof. I think this is worth a few L's, personally. So this is the Montreal Canadiens first round picks since Bergevin got hired. So you have Alex Galchenyuk, Michael McCarron, Nikita Scherbak. Okay, so Galchenyuk for trades, or Galchenyuk traded. Michael McCarron traded. Nikita Scherbak waivers. Noah Jolson waivers. Mikhail Sergachev traded. Ryan Poehling still with the Habs. Kotkaniemi gone. 2019, 2020, or 2020, 2021 all still with the Habs. This looks pretty bad. Now you can go much farther than that. Let me look up the let me look up the Habs first rounders over the years, because it's not pretty. So going back even farther than 2012, you have in 2011 Nathan Belio 17 overall. You have 2010 Jared Tenori second overall. You have in 2009 Louis Leblanc 18th overall. Yeah, since 2008 they have done a pretty, or no, 2009. They've done a pretty bad job in terms of first overall picks. Not too bad. Not too bad. Or not too good. Not too good. Who do you think Montreal will give up for Eichel? I don't know if they're going to get Eichel personally. I think Dvorak's just the most likely guy, truly. Okay, let me see. I've seen a few tweets here. Now, the thing is here, guys, as well, if Montreal does decide to keep the first round pick, they would have 3 first round picks for 2022. Or, wait a second, would they? I'm pretty sure they would. Okay, no, they just have two first rounders in 2022. But they would have 2 first rounders in one of the best drafts we've seen since 2015. And that's not bad. That's not bad. So even in like the worst case scenario where the Habs suck and they don't trade for a second line center and they keep the pick, you still got 2 second round picks, which is going to be really, really good. And even if Carolina doesn't miss the playoffs, even if they're around that 20 range, I've done a lot of scouting so far for the 2021 drafts or 2022 drafts so far. And honestly, you could still get a really, really good player in the 20s. I mean, I'll just load up my my notes and rankings real quick once again, because there is so much talent there that even if the Habs do keep that pick, they still have a lot of talent there. So, like, in the 20s, you could have, like, Philip Massar, great Slovakian forward, Jack Devine, Seamus Casey, Tristan Lanoux from the QMJHL, Maddox Fleming, oh my goodness, like, Matthias Havelid, Cruz Lucius. Like, there's so much talent there. I mean, Logan Cooley could be available, Noah Ostlund, Joakim Kimmel, Danila Yurov, David Juracek. There is a lot to like there, potentially. Even if the Canes make the playoffs, but if they don't, which I think is still a possibility, I still think there's a chance the Canes don't make the playoffs if their goaltending fails them. We will see though. Let me see this real quick. Let me see if I can make this as big as possible. Give me a second so you guys can actually see this. The Canes, the Habs, offer shooting Aho in 2019. The Canes offer shooting Kotkaniemi as revenge. And then the sniper coming in, Kotkaniemi getting paid triple of what he's worth because the Canes are petty. I like that meme. I like it. A little bit of a vintage one, but I like it. I like it, Nine Bridge. I like it. My man coming through with a banger. You love to see it. Habs will drop Jack Hughes with a pick. Yes, there's another Jack Hughes. Yes. And the thing is, John Wayne, he's pretty good. That's a pretty funny thing, too. He's pretty good. Hey, Graf, sorry, I will miss most of the stream. I'm at work and on break right now. I have dinner at 6:30. Hope you're still going then. Hey, Cameron, no problem. Appreciate you whenever you're coming to the videos or streams, man. No problem whatsoever. I don't know how long I'll be going for. Probably another 30 minutes, but we'll see. Imagine no first round pick next year in Montreal. That would suck. Leafs can't get past first round, so Leafs fans calling out Habs fans. Now that's funny. I mean, it is a little bit, to be fair. KK is worth $2 million. I'd say he's probably worth like 2.5. So yeah, around that range. But yeah, officially, guys, Kotkaniemi has been or has not been matched by the Canadiens. So we have the official word there. I'm gonna go for another 30 minutes because again, we could still see a trade happening in the next little bit. We shall see. But again, if you guys haven't seen already, Canadiens have not matched. Canucks 92, the 5 Canadians. Stay away from Petey Bergevin. We can't afford to match. That is probably true. Honestly, that's probably true, especially with Quinn Hughes commanding as much as he's reportedly commanding. I mean, here's the thing. If Bergevin goes after Pettersson, that would be just the most petty thing of all time. We will see. But thank you so much for the 5 Canucks 92. Can we get some Canucks 92 hype in the chat down below? Absolutely appreciate it, man. Absolutely appreciate you. Mitch Cobb is 2023. Yes, he is 2023. Let me see. Will Bergevin do a press conference? I think that's a possibility. Especially if there is going to be a Dvorak trade. I think for sure. Who do you have winning the cup? I have the Florida Panthers as a I don't think it's going to be like an obvious one. Like Colorado and like the Islanders will probably be like the obvious ones. But for me, I think a team's going to come out of left field a little bit. And I feel like Florida could definitely be that team. I think they're just so underratedly stacked, especially if the goaltending is good next year with Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight. Kyle Johnson as well, coming to the $2, my man, my brother. He says Jets are the most complete Canadian team on paper. Yeah, I mean, I think it's close. I would probably have them number 1, but it's not like a huge gap. But I think they're definitely number 1. I thank you so much for the 2, though, Kyle. My man. I bought a KK shirt to start the playoffs. Oof. Man, Jordan, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Rest in peace, my man. Rest in peace. Now I was told earlier to get a Canes jersey. Do I get a Kotkaniemi Canes jersey? Should I? I don't know. Like, I feel like I really want to get, like, I don't know if they have those reverse retros available still. There's a lot of options. If they still have a way, I don't think there's gonna be Whalers jerseys available. But if I can find a way to get a Whalers jersey, that would be kind of sick. Oh my goodness, my boy is in here. My boy is in here. I don't give a good Chuck. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the 5. Thrasher's Doc was hype, working on my video about them, and saw the KK news. This is crazy. Hope you're doing well. Glad to see YouTube pushing out your stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it a ton, Paul, my man. I mean, it's been weird over the past, like, YouTube's so weird, and you probably experienced this too, Paul. But like one upload, it'll like blow up for no reason. Then I do like things even better, like title wise and thumbnail wise, and it just like, no, we're just not gonna do anything with you. Sorry, and get out. So yeah, it's been quite a bit. It's been quite a bit weird over the last little bit. But thank you so much for the 5, Paul. And honestly, I'm heavily looking forward to it. Again, I say it all the time. But the most underrated YouTuber in the game is I Don't Give a Chuck. If you have not subscribed, like, what are you doing with your life? Simply put. I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched the last upload. I'm gonna put it in my watch later, anyways. But yeah, moments that ruin NHL players' careers. That's gonna be a banger. I already know. So make sure you watch that if you haven't already, guys. Yes, Kotkaniemi is officially gone. Grav is already making a Stanley Cup champion prediction. Yeah, I made my prediction in the standings video. I just feel like Florida is just too perfect. Like I just feel like with especially Jumbo Joe Thornton being there now, it's like it needs to happen, man. It needs to happen. Get a Svechnikov. He's my favorite. Yeah, honestly, Svechnikov is a really good choice too. If I can find a Svechnikov Whalers jersey, it's done. It's over. I'm gonna be the happiest man ever. Let me just search up if that's actually like somewhat even reasonable price wise. Carolina Hurricanes Whalers jersey, because I'm pretty sure the wait a second, what? Oh, that's weird. I saw the listing on Fanatics that had a $245 Aho Whalers jersey, but it's not the reverse retro. It's the it's like a Team Classics one, but it's also Adidas, but it's also signed for 200. Like, okay, let me just show this so you guys can get a picture of what I mean here, because this is weird. This is really weird. So this is what I was talking about. It's an Aho. Like, it's not an Aho Adidas, but it technically isn't Adidas, but it's an Aho authentic for $254, and it's signed on the bottom. Like, for 200, like I would pay $245. Like, if I was trying to buy a Whalers, like the Whalers jersey that was green from a couple years ago for the Canes, like I would probably pay that price. But for a signed, but it's also weird, like Team Classics one. That's a weird thing right there. Like, it was the first thing I saw, but still. Hey, Colin, thank you so much for the 2. My man. All right, Grav, I'm gonna head out and go fish. This was a whack. Colin, I love you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much for being in here again of another nation. You'll love to see it. Jersey Kingdom, probably fake. E-Rich as well. It's a Whalers night jersey before the reverse retro. Oh, is that true then? Like, was it was it like something they wore like in pregame? Because obviously they didn't wear this in the game. I know they wore like this Whalers jersey, but it had like the Adidas color and everything. They didn't wear like the Team Classics brand thing. But yeah, did they wear like this replica version like in warm-ups or something? If so, that's definitely interesting. Let me see. Thank you so much, E-Rich. Appreciate it, my man. Let me see if I can find anything. Not looking great right now, to be fair. Let me just see, because I know there's a lot of fakes out there right now. Yeah, there's a lot of fakes out there with the like the standard photo that's obviously not an actual thing. Yo guys, I mean, I definitely, this is definitely the worst Whalers jersey that they've released, but for $200, definitely interesting. I must say. That's legit. That's legit right there. That's kind of tempting. Hey, Jenny, thank you so much for the 2. Does Bergman offer sheet Kotkaniemi next year? That would be a sick move right there. That'd be a sick move. Honestly, I'd like to see it, Jenny. Thank you so much. Oh, it is a size 42. I didn't see that. I will actually. What size is my So I'm a most preferably I'm a size 46/48. So it wouldn't be perfect. I think I do have a 42 in my collection. Which one was it? Let me just make sure. Was it 46? Which was the one of the super? I mean, I think I do have a 42 in my collection. I think I do. And I think it fit okay. Hey, bro, I really hope the Bruins win the cup this season. Hey, good luck to the Bruins, Jared. Good luck to the Bruins. That is an option, though, still. That is an option. I'm 6 foot, Jeff. It's an option for now. So we'll take it. Let me see if there's anything else here. Wait a second. Oh, this has to be fake. No way, that's real. No. No, that's not real. No, that's not real. No. Wait a second here. It's a blank. Crap. I don't like getting blanks, especially on Adidas. I think having a player on the back just makes it so much better. There's a lot of options for blanks. This is an interesting, especially having Sebastian Aho on the back. That would be pretty interesting. Carolina Pro Shop. I think that's where I got my Bunch of Jerks shirt from. Let me see. Ooh. Yeah, that is interesting. Wait a second. What? Hello? Look at this though. Look at this. So you could get a blank Adidas legit for $90. Kinda tempted, not gonna lie. Kinda tempted. The problem is I so desperately prefer the green one. You could get a customized one for $265. You can get a customized reverse retro for $170. But $90 for the normal, that is a... And again, I was told by Todd to get a Canes jersey. That's an option, man. That's an option. Honestly, I would not be mad about that. I would not be mad about that. No way. That's an option though. That's an option. I'll keep that in mind. I'll look for a little bit more after this stream too, just in case. But thank you guys for letting me know about that as well. Labor Day sale. Is that what it is? I think it might be. There you go. Trevor Zegers, what's going on? How much time remaining right now, Lil Trope? The deadline has officially passed, and again, the Canadiens have not matched the Kotkaniemi offer sheet. Yeah, Cool Hockey is the way to go. I don't know if they have it in stock, though. Time I wrote, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. Somebody said to check the sub count earlier. Let me do that right now. Let me see. Right now, we're at 47,742 subscribers. So, let me update that real quick. We got to 47.7K. You love to see it. And right now we're 8 subscribers away from 7,050. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you guys do so. It definitely goes a long way on the channel, and we'd love to have you here for the rest of it if you've enjoyed so far. And of course, you get free cookies, free daily hockey content. It's the best deal on the internet. What else needs to be said? Nothing. Nothing at all. I want to see, though, if Cool Hockey actually does have it in stock. I don't think they would, though. Where the heck is Carolina? Where the heck is Carolina? There we go. Wait. Wait just a second. Wait just a second. Dang. I was gonna say they had 180, or they had the green whalers for 180, and it looked like it was a customized, but it wasn't. Sadly, if they had customization on that, that would have been beautiful, beautiful. But sadly, no. I don't think they can re-sign him lower. Kotkaniemi? They can re-sign him lower if it's an extension. But they can't re-sign him lower if it's a qualifying offer. Look at Grab Drinking Waterburger, probably got that Dr. Pepper milkshake. Nah, Sally just got water in this one, Omega. I've been using this Waterburger cup for like 2 days. Just for using it. Hey, reuse and recycle, baby. I love to see it. Matisse, what has happened during the 2 hours? Well, Kotkaniemi has not been matched by the Montreal Canadiens, and we've just been talking about a ton of trade rumors and everything. So it's been quite a bit of fun. Yeah, the green one is much better for sure. But also, it would be like $100 more, which, I mean, at that point, I don't know. Okay, so, yeah, Hockey Hound as well saying that, actually, I don't think I think he's just saying what's been said before, but I'll just put it up just in case. Where is it? Hockey Hound. But where was it? Yeah, this is what he said. It's been reported that after this contract is up at 1 year, $6.1 million, that the Canes will negotiate a contract with Jesperi Kotkaniemi with a lower salary, roughly around the $4 million AAV. So there you go. And that's what I would kind of expect. Though $4 million AAV is a little bit much, in my opinion, unless it's like a big, longer extension, which could be a possibility, but still, I don't know if it'll be quite that. If it's $4 million, that's a lot for Kotkaniemi. Hey, JV Drazzle, good to see you. How has your day been so far? It's been really, really good. Really, really good. And you guys have made it even better. Quinn as well. Yeah, go back and watch like the first 20 minutes of the live stream. I don't even know what happened, Quinn. I really don't know what happened. Really don't know what happened. It's Squishy. Thank you so much for subbing, my man. Good to see you. Ava, what's going on? So KK to the Canes is what's happening right now. Yes, Matthias. He has been officially brought into the Carolina Hurricane system. Oh, thank you guys for letting me know. I'll put this bop. There we go. There we go. 400K in 1 day. There we go, baby. You love to see it. I go to the Habs for their first Canes. Their first Canes first, third, and Paling. I think you'd have to also put on a little bit more than that, but I think you're on the right track there. Grab, you should get a Flames Blasty jersey, the underrated legend Manji. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. Mangiapane would be really good on the Flames jersey. I'd probably rather get Kachuk just because I think it fits the whole look more. But a Blasty jersey is definitely on the radar, for sure. Especially since I don't have a Flames jersey yet, sadly. Do you think the Habs defense prospect pool is stacked with Gulli, Romanov, Mailloux, Norlinder, Struble? I mean, I think it's, in terms of the NHL wide prospect pool defense, I think it's definitely in like the top 10, top 15. I don't think it's stacked, but it's definitely up there, I would say. I stopped trying to be backseat GM for the Habs. Eat wings plus watch hockey plus more fun plus more hair. Love him or hate him. Bergie keeps you on the edge of your seat. I mean, that is true. I think we have a lot of appreciation to give to Bergevin for at least like being entertaining. Like this is a guy that's done offer sheets. He's done massive trades. Like without Mark, like I feel like personally Mark Bergevin and like who even else in terms of like activity even comes close to Bergevin. I feel like there's nobody really. Okay, actually, you know what? I think we have two big things to give for Mark Bergevin and Jarmo Kekalainen, two guys that always seem to make big trades. That's basically it, though. That's basically it. And we have a lot of things to give to those guys, for sure. Helly Hampton, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. We still got 950 in this chat. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. It's been a super fun afternoon. Honestly, being able to spend this time with you guys is just an absolute blessing. Thank you so much for coming in here. And thank you for all the new subs that have given this channel a chance and have come here for the first time. Hopefully, it's been as entertaining as possible. Mason McTavish, what's going on, my man? Wait just a second, baby. I believe the Canadiens will be making a corresponding move after walking away from Jesperi Kotkaniemi's offer sheet. Could happen as early as tonight, but the waiting game continues for now. So there you go. Eric Engel is pretty much confirming it. I believe the Canadiens will be making a corresponding move after walking away from Jesperi Kotkaniemi's offer sheets. So there we go. There we go. So we get confirmation that a deal is coming. Could be coming. We shall see, though. We shall see. It's gotta be Christian Dvorak, guys. It's gotta be Christian Dvorak. It's just too good. It's just too good. Bowman entertains the rest of the league, just not the Hawks. Definitely entertaining offers from Bowman. Just got here. Who do you believe is the replacement? It's gotta be Christian Dvorak, RB. It just makes too much sense. It just makes too much sense. Also, we do get a quote from Don Waddell. Let me load that up real quick. Jesperi Kotkaniemi is a player who has been on our radar since before his draft year. We believe he will flourish in Rob Brindamore's system and culture, and he'll be an important piece of what we are building in Carolina for years to come. So there you go. A little bit of thoughts from Waddell about Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Unless Carolina decides not to, what will be the cost of Dvorak? Likely it'll be, what's been reported by LCH is that it'll be a first rounder plus a conditional second is what's most likely going to be the case for Dvorak. I'm not Trevor Zegers in real life, brother. If anybody's wondering who I am, he's getting me more into the grab grind. Hey, JV. We got both Trevor Zegers and Jamie Drysdale on the grab gang. You love to see it. You guys are both beauties, though. Big Joe just got traded to MLT for a third. New Canes bio. Oh gosh, what do they do this time? What do they do this time? Undisputed offer sheet champions. Oh, you tricky, you sneaky. Oh my goodness. I mean, technically they are, I guess, since they've gotten both players back in the offer sheets. It's not wrong. Go for Dvorak, Bergevin setting day or nay. Wait, what? If Bergevin signs day or nay, I'm going to be really confused. Bergevin definitely one of the most entertaining GMs, win or lose. I feel like we get our money's worth being a Habs fan. Yeah, in terms of entertainment, definitely. Steve has been making some good trades lately. Bro, I mean, if you count lately as in like the last 10 years, then yes, absolutely. Hey, I want Montreal offer sheet Nate just next year, so bad just for the memes. Honestly, I would love it too. And Nate just actually does fit Montreal exceedingly well, so I'm kind of for it. Now Carolina is trying to trade Kotkaniemi. They can't do it, Luigi. There's a year gap between when they can actually trade him. So they can't, if you guys don't know already, whether it was the Habs or the Canes, whoever got Kotkaniemi couldn't trade him until after next season. So if Montreal or Toronto or if Carolina is going to trade him, it would have to wait until the 2022 offseason. Does Dvorak have any more upside than what he's shown, or has he plateaued? I think he definitely has more upside. I don't think it's like a huge amount, but I think he could be a perfectly serviceable second-line center that has good finishing, good overall defensive ability, and makes a lot of smart plays. I don't think he's going to blow the world out for Montreal, but I do think he'll be a really good player for them. And I think he will be better. I think he'll have his best years in Carolina. Montreal, not Carolina. I am simply losing it right now. Oh my goodness. Just sub, love your energy, Pimo. Thank you so much, my man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I don't know why, but Dvorak took a flight to Montreal and brought his hockey stick. Wow. Eric Engels moment. Eric Engels moment. Oh my goodness. Nicholas coming with the 3 or the 279 Canadian. Please announce a trade Montreal. Agreed. Get it done, Mark. Get it done. We need to see it happen. And also the $7 from Sean, my man. What do you think of the Canes playing Anderson and Kotkaniemi, or paying Anderson and Kotkaniemi, but not paying Nedeljkovic and Hamilton? It's interesting. It's we'll see if it works out for them. It's a bold move. I feel like it'll blow up in their face a little bit, at least right now. I think Kotkaniemi is going to be good in the future, but it really sucks to pay a guy like Kotkaniemi and not Hamilton, who was a cornerstone of their team. But Nedeljkovic was the big one. Like, you couldn't have paid just like $1 million more than what you did. I still can't believe that. And having like, I can get moving away from Hamilton, but choosing to go with Anderson as your starter, as opposed to like even Peter Mrazek, like re-signing him would have been okay. Like, he was good last year for the Canes, quite a bit so. He would have been an okay option. But you get rid of your top 3 Calder nominee goaltender for no reason, when you could have easily paid the price tag. For me, that's the biggest mistake, more so than Hamilton, even though I love Hamilton. Emmerich126, what is going on, man? Long time no see. Good to see you in the chat again. Do you think McTavish will play next season for the Ducks? Next season? I mean, I feel like he should probably get a little more seasoning than that, but it's a possibility. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Coming from our boy, LCH. A trade soon. / tonight. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So a trade for Dvorak is going to happen soon. And it is going to happen tonight. So there we go. There we go. Now, I don't know how long this is going to be. But we will see. We will see. Hey, if a trade happens tonight, I'll be a happy man. I'll be a happy man. Oh, yeah, Taz, I'm gonna retweet that for sure. I gotta get that $20 gift card, baby. If it you know what? If it like, here's the thing. I'd really like to know when this trade is happening. I'd really like to know, because if it's happening within like the next hour, then obviously I'll keep streaming. But if it happens in like 3 hours, obviously it's a little bit less tempting. Have you seen Nedeljkovic in the checkers? In the Charlotte checkers? Extend the stream by 4 hours then. Honestly, I might have to. Let me see. And then LCH says, I can't even imagine when the trade is going to happen. My Twitter is going to explode. Interesting. But LCH has her back. He has her back. We're good here. Will you do a video if it happens? If it does, honestly, if it does happen, I'll probably just stream again. Why not? Montreal's a better team with Dvorak. I'd agree on that, JFed. I'm gonna go for like another 30 minutes just because I don't want to end the stream and then right as it happens we see a Dvorak trade. But again, apparently the trade will be happening tonight. So if it does happen, if there is another trader or if there is another trade for Dvorak, let's say, it'll be a stream or a video. I'll be covering it for sure. If I do end this stream eventually, I'll be covering it 100%. I have at least 6 more hours to spare, Nate. I'm here for a long haul. Hey, Abraham, you love to see it. By the way, guys, we are right now at 467 likes. 469 would be absolutely nice. So let's get there if we haven't. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you so much for all the donations today from everybody. And it's been it's just been so fun today. It's been so fun. Hopefully you guys have been having a fun time as well. Yeah, I would say Hertl's a much better option on paper, but also Dvorak costs less, and he also has 3 more years left, or 3 more years compared to Hertl, who has only 1 year, or 4 years compared to 1 year with Hertl. So for me, there's more security with Dvorak, and in that way, I think it makes sense for Montreal. What's worse than a Leafs fan? I don't know. People general. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of Leafs fans suck, but it's the thing that happens with every big fan base. Every single time you have a big fan base, you're just like, it's just a fact. The more people you have in a fan base, the more likely you're going to have a-holes in said fan base. And the Leafs have that exact same thing. I mean, the Habs have that, like every single big franchise in sports has that exact same thing. So it's not surprising. There's a lot of great Leafs fans, though, that don't deserve how just embarrassing their team is, though. Let me see. I'm on angles too. Oh man, this is probably my favorite image of all time. I'm saving that. I'm saving that. Yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know, LCH has basically broke stuff like the Logan Mailloux pick in the past for the Habs. So he has his sources, and we're taking it as it is right now. Hasn't happened yet, no confirmation yet, but a trade is likely happening tonight. I think Bergie wants to make a real splash in terms of heads with a shocker Eichel deal. Seems like his style. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I don't think it's gonna happen, but hey, that's exactly when you let your guard down. Exactly when Marc Bergevin strikes. So we'll see. Both of the Trevor Zegras are ghosts. That is true. That is true. Carolina has an underratedly annoying fan base. I don't know. Most Canes fans I've come across are pretty fun. I feel like the whole Canes and Habs like hatred is kind of overblown. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's all of it's just pretty funny. Like all the offer cheating between each other. I think that's just hilarious. And I don't know. Like I feel like there, especially after the Aho situation, like it felt like so many Habs and Canes fans just started fighting for no reason. And again, I don't really know why. I mean, I like honestly, Canes wise, I know so many great people in that fan base. Habs wise, obviously, I mean, a ton of buttes in this stream right now. But like I don't know. Like I just feels like a ton of toxicity for no reason. Speaking of the Leafs, any thoughts on what they will do with Morgan Riley's contract next year? What they should do is trade him for some value. That was what I would have done. I feel like letting him walk would be disastrous, but we'll see what happens. Let me also go back here. Let me go back here real quick. Imagine giving a lottery pick for KK. I mean, again, there is a possibility that Carolina misses the playoffs. I mean, and let's say Carolina doesn't miss the playoffs and Montreal doesn't get rid of that pick. They're looking pretty good. Yeah, I've seen a lot of it is banter, but also some of it does go a little bit too far, in my opinion. Matthews is not going to get past the first round again next year. That would bring so much pain, man. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Okay. Okay, we get a little bit of an update here from LCH. I'll say it another way. There's a 99.8% chance of having the Dvorak trade. There we go. There we go. Take that as you will. Take that as you will. As a Habs fan, I can envision KK becoming prime Eric Stahl and torching us. Prime Stahl is a tall order, literally. Actually, is Eric Stahl that tall? I think he's like 6'1". Anyways, I think like prime Stahl was extremely underrated. If Kotkaniemi becomes that good, then yeah, Montreal's gonna be quite a bit burned. But I don't know if he reaches that. But the question is Dvorak really worth it? I don't know if he's worth it on the surface level, but for the Montreal Canadiens, I think he would be. I just think he's such a good fit there. Carolina's a stacked team. I really doubt though they will not finish at least top 3 in the Metro. On paper, yeah. Still, again, I just feel like goaltending can go so ways. In regular season, both in the playoffs too. I'm just not really convinced of that goaltending. I think Gronta could be decent, but Anderson's just a huge wild card in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I think there's always the potential it works out, and even if the goaltending is bad, there is still a chance they can make it work. But I don't know. I feel like I just feel like it could go really bad for them. Oh, Stahl is 6'4", then there you go. The joke worked, baby. You love to see it. You love to see it. Grab, do you think if the Habs try to get Hertl if the Dvorak deal doesn't fall, or if the Habs would try to get Hertl if the Dvorak deal falls through? I mean, I think that would be their next best option. And if they're going to go for a more win now phase anyways, then it would make sense. Thank you so much, B, for subscribing, and welcome to the Grab Gang, my man. Absolutely appreciate it. By the way, we're 8 likes away from 500. Let's get that done. Hertl does have he has a modified no trade clause, so not completely. And right now we're at 47,762 subscribers. Thank you so much for the new subs coming in, y'all. Appreciate it. Favorite color? Purple, hands down. Purple, hands down. Where's my, Did I bring my, Kings sweater in here? Anyways, I have a Kings reverse retro sweater, and it is the most beautiful thing of all time. So, yeah, purple is my favorite. And purple is, honestly, like, as a kid, blue was always like, okay, yeah, that's my favorite color because I wanted to be cool. But then I started to be, I wasn't like those other girls. I started to be a little bit quirky. And say, oh, now purple is my favorite color. But, purple, kind of like deeper purple is my favorite color. Like, that kind of like, not so much like the lavender, but more darker purple. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. So it used to be blue, and like as a really small kid, we went from red to blue to purple, and purple has been my favorite color since like first grade. Do you have 3 Subban jerseys? Only 2, sadly. I have the Preds and the Habs Subban jerseys. I mean, I would be open to receiving a Devils PK Subban jersey, but I feel like it would cost too much to get a PK Subban jersey. And it's PK Subban jersey, so it's and the problem is I already have a Devils jersey with Nico Hischier, so I'm kind of set unless it's like a reverse retro or something. So I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not like other girls. Let's go, Purple Gang. Yes, okay, let's go. Let's go. Eichel to Montreal confirmed. Please stop it. Stop it right now. No. Okay, you made me recheck, but you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it. I think the Habs should take the risk on Nolan Patrick. That would be interesting. With KK leaving, Habs need to go pick up a player on par or better than Kotkaniemi. Sucks leaving a talented player go when we need a centerman. Bergman better not screw this up. Yeah, I'd 100% agree on that. With Dvorak, if you're getting Dvorak, he's definitely better than Kotkaniemi. Like, a lot better. Maybe not long term, but for these next 4 years, I think he's going to be better than Kotkaniemi. At least the next, like, 2 or 3, I would have to say. I googled earlier, is Christian Dvorak Canadian, and it obviously said he was American-born and listed his birth, weight, age, etc. An interesting thing, though, it said his NHL team is in Montreal. Yeah, somebody changed his Wikipedia, but Dvorak is Canadian. Oh, wait, no. Wait a second. Was I thinking of somebody else? Because he is American. I don't know who. I was thinking of somebody else. I think it might have been. Oh gosh, I was thinking of. I think it was thinking of Dylan Strome. But no, Dvorak is American. I'm pretty sure he played in the USDP in his draft year too. So yes, he is American. No way Bergman refuses offer without a back pocket deal. No way. Yeah, that's exactly. And Eric Ingles has also pretty much confirmed that there has to be another deal in place, and that a deal could be coming tonight. So we shall see. I see that you got a Pikachu in your room. I love to watch the show. Nice. Yes, Jamie. I got a Pikachu. Actually, let me showcase this. I don't use it. I kind of just use it for aesthetic reasons, but I got a Pikachu. What is this called? Piggy bank. Oh my goodness. I was like, it's a place where you put your money in. What could it be? But yeah, I got this when I was like 7, and I never really used it. Because I have like a Darth Vader one that I think is way cooler. And also, this thing is not practical at all. Like, it sucks. Like, it absolutely sucks. Like, you have to put it in and it, like, this is just the shape of everything. Like, the coins get stuck in the Pokeball. It's just not good. So I just use it as, like, a prop almost. Oh, no. Not one coin. 4 coins. We out here. We out here. Yes, Dvorak is American. He's like Brett Hull, born in Canada, but has American mother. Can you say hello to Jack? Sure, Omar. Sure. Should the Habs fans be worried if Carolina's pick ends up being 3rd overall? KK and Chucky. Yeah, it doesn't bring the greatest vibes, does it? Maybe, but you're also getting Matthew Savoy, and he's way better than Kotkaniemi and Galchenyuk were at their draft years. So, yeah. I mean, you could get a Savoy or a Mira Shevchenko. Both of those guys are leagues better than Kotkaniemi and Galchenyuk were in their draft year. 100%. Especially Mira Shevchenko, who I think would be perfect in Montreal. He's a cheap young player, and if he doesn't work with Patrick, he can slide down as a 3rd line center. Grab, do you think the Sens should trade a prospect like Logan Brown and 11? Or, like Logan Brown, 11 and a 2nd, maybe? Or for a 2nd? Over, under, McDavid getting 140 points. Keep in mind, he's got arguably the best winger he's ever played with in Hyman. Of course, of course. I would say with McDavid, I think he's probably going to be like around the 115, 120 range. I know my hottest bold take was that he wasn't going to win the Art Ross, but he could easily do so. I think he's going to be at least in the 110 range, though. No, I don't think the Leafs have re-signed Galchenyuk. Yeah, Chikrin. Actually, that might be the case as well, Joseph. Which, man, I'm disappointed because I would say this right now. I already think the U.S. team for the Olympics has the best defense of any team. But if they had Jakob Chikrin, dude, like, it would have been, like, oh my goodness, just imagining the USA defense with Jakob Chikrin. You could have a top 4 of Adam Fox, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, and Jakob Chikrin, who, by the way, is probably the most underrated defenseman in the league right now. Just so good. And you could have like a bottom pair. Like that to me, like, it's USA's strength, but it's all like, it's also Canada's weakness in my opinion. Like, I think their goaltending, could be okay with Carey Price, and their forwards are easily the best in the entire Olympics, but defense isn't great besides like Cale Makar. Like, you still have some great defensemen, but it's not quite as good, I think, as the US. But man, just imagining just that USA team if they had Chikrin. I mean, Chikrin's going to be on the Canadian team, obviously, still, but it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. Now, again, I do think Canada's forwards are better than USA's defensemen, if that makes any sense, but it would have been pretty close. Hey, Gav, I was wondering if you could please follow my brother on Instagram, Twin Taco Cat 14. I think I'll get to it. Actually, let me see if I can do that right now. Let me see real quick. I can do that right now. You know what? Why not? Why not? Why not? There we go. There we go. It is done. It is done. Sean Burden, what's going on, Sean? Good to see you. Turtle chilling. Good to see you as well, man. Trevor Zegras reverse retro would be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty sick. Robertson for Team USA. I hope he makes the team. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. What do you think will be the team the captain is easily Sidney Crosby. 100%. Canada is stacked. Bruh. Canada is not stacked. I mean, like, thinking about it right now, it'd probably be, I think it's in like the Sweden tier, where you have like the one great defenseman in like Victor Hedman. You have like a bunch of other great defensemen that are good, but not quite up to that level. I think Canada's kind of in that level, but like Team USA is the Norris Trophy winner. They have Probably the best young defenseman outside of that besides Cale McCarr in Charlie Mel. Oh! Elliot Friedman! Elliot Friedman! Yo! Yo, guys! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Elliot Friedman! Montreal and Arizona working on a Dvorak deal! Yo! Yo, my boy! My boy LCH! My boy LCH! We knew it, baby! We knew it! Oh my goodness! This just, I was about to end the stream, but we didn't! We didn't, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Y'all, can we get some W's in the chat for this? I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Yo! It is time! We are back! We are back! My boy LCH with the drop, and then my Elliot Friedman confirming it. Montreal and Arizona are working on a Christian Dvorak deal. It is happening. It is happening tonight. And you know why? You know why it's happening tonight? Elliot Friedman, there's no chance in the world Elliot Friedman would tweet this, and it's not happening in the next like 20 minutes. It is happening right now, and it's going to be done in the next hour. 100%. Elliot Friedman wouldn't tweet it out unless it happened today, tonight, right now. Do not go anywhere, guys. Do not go anywhere. Because Elliot Friedman has officially confirmed it. My boy LCH! My boy LCH! He got it! He got the scoop! My man. Oh, there you go. Montreal is getting Christian Dvorak! It is here! Man, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy for my boy LCH. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo, can we get some more W's for LCH, who even like a couple of days ago was confirming Christian Dvorak was getting done. And again, everything, a trade soon. He was saying tonight. We knew it would be happening. And also the original tweet from the 3rd a day ago. According to my information, tomorrow the Canadiens will let JESPERI KOTKANIEMI go and will announce a trade to acquire center Christian Dvorak. It is happening. It is happening. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yo, that is awesome. That is awesome. And again, from what he said, sounds like it'll involve a first and another pick. So there we go. There we go. We pretty much get confirmation now. That it'll involve the first round pick and another pick. So again, LCH said the Canes first round pick and a conditional second rounder in 2024. That is what he said was going to be the case. So if it does happen, that is an absolute W once again. But Montreal and Arizona are working on a Dvorak deal, and it'll be a first and another pick. So again, a first round pick, likely Carolina's, and likely a conditional second rounder in 2024. This just got so much more interesting. Okay. Oh man, this just got crazy. Y'all. I can't believe this. All right, so again, we'll get confirmation on what these are, but let me know in the chat down below if it is a first round pick, which is Carolina, and a conditional second in 2024, which again from LCH is what is the case. Let me know. Coyotes or Habs? Who do you think wins this trade? Who do you guys think wins this trade? Let me know. Carl, thank you so much for the 1 Canadian, my man. Shout out to you. As I wrote about, Christian Dvorak was a primary target from the start here. I heard earlier this week the price would likely be a first, second, and third. It'll be interesting to see what it ends up being. Interesting there from Eric Engels. But again, apparently Elliot Friedman involves a first and another pick. And again, we know now, right now, or most likely it'll be a first and a conditional second in 2024. But let me know, Montreal or Coyotes, who wins this trade? Let me know your thoughts. We got 800 people in this chat. Let's keep the stream going. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming in. We're keeping the hype going. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for all the donators so far. You guys are awesome. It's been such a fun time tonight. And again, we're going to be breaking the... Man, when was the last time we broke a trade in a live stream? And we didn't start a live stream because of a trade. Like, actually breaking a trade in a live stream. It's been a while, man. It's more been like a month and a half. It's been a long time, but we are back. We are back, baby. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Both teams win the trade. Honestly, I can see that, Requiem. I think Arizona wins it the most, but for Montreal's situation, if they're able to, if it's a first and a conditional second, I still like it for Montreal in terms of bringing a guy like that on who is needed, who is desperately needed. But boys, get some hype in the chat down below. Get some Dvorak hype in the chat down below. I am so excited for this. So excited for this to be made official. Elliot Friedman, man, LCH right from the very start had this. Right from the very start. He had the Mayu situation. Now he had this whole situation. If it is a conditional second in 2024, this guy is going to be, oh my goodness. He's going to have like 10K followers by the end of the night. I swear. Or he should at least. He should. Jesse, thank you so much for some, man. Appreciate it. How are you so legendary to get thousands from people on streams? I don't even know, Hockey Arcade. I don't even know. Only if it happens, things can change really quick when you're not expecting. I mean, that is true. But again, they are working on a deal. And here's the thing. Elliot Friedman is like 99% of the time when he tweets something like this, even when it's just like working, it's happening. It's going to happen. He wouldn't tweet it otherwise. I think the only time he's ever been wrong has been like, I think he said that Ryan Reeves was going to like a different team, or wasn't like, I think it was like Nicolas Deslauriers or something, where he said he would go to a different team. But it didn't happen. I think it was actually like Deslauriers to Pittsburgh or something, and then that didn't end up happening. But for a deal as big as this, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna read some of my new name. Hey, 6'7" Stanley. You love to see it. We got 830 in this chat. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We'll get all the details of this deal in the next little bit. So do not go anywhere, guys. Do not go anywhere. We're gonna be breaking it all down in this live stream. So it's gonna be the place to be. It's gonna be the place to be. We are continuing this though. Yeah, I mean, here we go. This is a good tweet by Taze. That's a good tweet by Taze. Oh, LCH. My goodness. Absolute legend. But there you go. You can see from Jay Fresh's war side as well. 63% out of 100. And you can see some of the finishing and offense. It has been really, really good this past year. And here's the thing that I think, and Jack Hahn, shout out to him, who does a lot of great work on Twitter. Shout out to him because he pointed out a really good thing here. You got to look at as well when it comes to Dvorak. The projected WAR isn't amazing, but you got to look at that quality of competition and the quality of teammates. That QOC on the bottom, that QOC, quality of competition, 85%. So he's going against top lines and top players and still coming out with good defensive results. And the quality of teammates, not so much. So you see that disparity in him being, he's one of the few players that's on a bad team, but actually has the excuse of being on a bad team and also going against bigger guys. But he's shown great results so far in going against those tougher opponents. So for me, that's really interesting. And especially if he can get a little bit better penalty kill results, I think there's a lot to like there. A lot to like. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Man, LCH. Elliot Freeman, better credit my man. Better credit my man, LCH. Better credit my man. What was the Dvorak trade? Right now, Elliot Freeman says it is a first, another pick, but LCH said, who pretty much broke all this info, said that it was a first from Carolina and a conditional second from 2024. So that's what we're looking at right now. We got 882 people in here. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. It's been a super fun stream. Subscribe if you're new. Good to have you guys in here. And again, we're going to be breaking down all the info as it comes here. But again, Liam, Paling is involved. Where'd you see that? If he is, that would be kind of tough. Oh, 100%. Serious. Mason McTavish, 100%. Actually, I hope it doesn't happen because I want Ottawa to get him, honestly. I mean, he'd be a pretty good fit in Ottawa, I think. I like that. Oh! Oh! It is official! It is official from the Montreal Canadiens Twitter accounts. The Coyotes and the Canadiens have struck a deal. The Canadiens acquired Christian Dvorak from the Arizona Coyotes in return for 2 draft picks. It is official from the Canadiens Twitter account. It is here. The Coyotes have traded Dvorak to the Habs. It has happened, and it is a done deal. Do they say what the picks are in the article? Okay, it's translated. Bro! LCH! LCH! There's no way! There's no way! He got it! He got it! Look at this, boys! Look at this! Look at this! The Canadiens acquire, Arizona trades for, Arizona trades Dvorak in Montreal for the best choice between the Canadiens' first round in the 2022 draft and the Hurricanes' first rounder. The Canadiens' second round pick in 2024. LCH said the second round pick in 2024 would be a part of the trade, and there you go. Now, what's most interesting is that it is a conditional first round pick. So it's whatever the best choice is between Montreal or the Hurricanes pick. So whoever is worse, Arizona will get that pick. But LCH, man, he had this trade being a first and a second in 2024 right from day one. Right from day one. Man, that is a W. That is a W. Can we get some W's in the chats? It is officially done. It is officially done. Christian Dvorak to the Montreal Canadiens. Wow. That is awesome, man. That is straight awesome. Good for LCH. Good for LCH. Wow. That is awesome, man. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. What a beaut. What a beaut. Man, that is so good. The Canadiens have acquired Christian Dvorak from the Coyotes in exchange for 2 draft picks. There you go. We got 870 in this chat. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new, join the Grab Gang if you haven't already for free cookies and daily hockey content. But man, follow LCH on Twitter if you haven't already. I'll go right back to his page. Follow him if you haven't already. Broke the Mayu new draft pick news by the Canadiens. Has broken the deal. I mean, how long was that ago? He said it was a conditional second, but he did predict that one of the picks would be a conditional pick. And that is right. Let me go back to it. Where was it? It was somewhere. I think it was down. Oh, crap. I need to find it. I need to find it. It's somewhere. He ended up predicting, again, it would be a 2020. Basically, what he said was it would be a 2022 first rounder and a 2024 second rounder, and that's what happened. That is exactly what happened. Exactly right to the very details. Amazing, amazing. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's make him mod. Let's make him mod. Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, he's just having a legendary day right now. Legendary, as he should. What a legend, though. What a legend. Giving us the info we need to hear about, man. Giving us the info we need to hear about. But again, if you guys haven't seen already, Montreal has officially confirmed it. So let me know in the chat down below, with the conditions that we now know on the trade. Now that we know the conditions on the trade, who do you guys think officially wins this trade? 1 for Arizona, 2 for Montreal, and 3 for both teams win this. I would put a 3 in the chat personally. I'd put a 3 in the chat personally, but we'll see what happens. But hey, guys, I just want to say this right now. We got an insider on the Grab Gang. We got a true insider in the Grab Gang. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger too. I'm so happy the Habs actually did it, man. I'm so happy the Habs actually did it. So happy. That is awesome. That is awesome. But man, Christian Dvorak is a Hab. Christian Dvorak is a Hab, man. They're making the playoffs next year. They are making the playoffs next year. Officially confirmed. I think Dvorak is 25, I believe. So right into the prime of his career, basically. They're making the playoffs, man. They are making the playoffs. Officially confirmed. Officially confirmed. I mean, yeah, it could be a top 5 pick. It could be. We'll see, though. Let me see here. Okay. Let me go back though. Let me go back to our boy here. To our boy. My man. If one of them is top 10, it will be the worst pick instead. Is it? Is it a part? I didn't see that condition on the trade. All I saw was that whoever was worst, it would be that trade. If it's a top 10 pick, the Habs keep. Okay. I like that. You know, it's still giving up a lottery pick, even if it's in like the 11 or 15 spot in this draft, sucks. But at least it's top 10 protected. That is good. So that is good to see. So at least we have that. I honestly, I like that. I like this trade a lot more for that, personally. How much is Dvorak's contract? He makes $4.45 million for the next 4 seasons. So he's locked up at a pretty great term. I mean, I could just load him up real quick. Why not? NHL.com. And we can just go Christian Dvorak here. Yeah, Christian Dvorak makes 4.45 for the next 4 seasons. But yeah, Dvorak is 25. American born, Illinois proud. 6 foot, 195 pounds. I absolutely love Christian Dvorak on the Habs. This past year, I got 31 points in 56 games played, 17 goals, 14 assists. And so far in his career, has 146 points in 302 games. But he's been on the Arizona Coyotes quite a bit. In 2020, he had a great, almost breakout season where in 70 games played, he got 18 goals, 20 assists for 38 points. And then this next year, I thought wasn't as good, but his finishing and some of his offensive play driving was a little bit better, where he got 31 points, 17 goals in 56 games. But this is a great face-off guy. I mean, just looking at his pedigree face-off wise, you'll be quite a bit happy. This last year, 52% in 2020, 55% in 2019, 55% in 2018, 51%. This is a guy that wins faceoffs and wins them at a consistent rate year by year, and is going to be a second line center that Montreal can depend upon. Defensively, he wasn't great in 2021, but he was really good in 2020. I think he can get back to that level and be a really consistent, really smart, really just versatile second line center for the Montreal Canadiens. And at age 25 with 4 seasons left at 4.45, that's a manageable contract that you'll absolutely love. I think he'll be good on the power play. He could have some good impact on the penalty kill too, and just overall be just a perfect second line center for the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, a Jack Eichel would have been awesome, and a Tomas Hertl for 1 year would have been great. But in terms of having a long-term fit in Montreal and having a guy that you have signed for the next 4 seasons, you could have a lot worse than Christian Dvorak as your second line center. And I think he's going to be really motivated going out of Arizona and into Montreal and going into that system for the first time. I think it's going to be a really good season for Christian Dvorak. Once again in the chat, let me know how many points do you guys see Christian Dvorak getting in his first season. I see around 50 points, maybe 55. I think he's going to be around that range. I think he's going to have a great year in his best, and the best of his NHL career so far. So I like this deal a ton for the Montreal Canadiens. But let me know what you guys think, of course, if you haven't. We got 800 people in this chat. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Join the Grab Gang, and thank you so much for the donators as well in the chat down below. I gave LCH mod. It's already happened. I'm a Habs fan. This isn't an L. I'd agree on that. I think it's a decent deal. Man, Christian Dvorak to Montreal. I can't believe LCH. My man. And the Rick Roller, it's cheap, so we can try to offer sheet Natchez next summer. Do it at Mark Bergman. That is true. 55 points. He's never gotten 40. Well, the thing is, he's played on Arizona a ton, and also he's never played a full season yet. So I'm banking on him playing 82 games, being a part of that power play in Montreal, being that second line center, and also having guys like Hoffman and Gallagher on his wing, which I think will be a vast improvement offensively. I think around 50 is around where he'd get, though. I don't think he's going to get more than that, but I also don't really see him being around like the 30 range at all. I think he's going to be really good for the Habs. Really, really good. And I think he'll be a much improved... Like, I feel like one of the things with the Habs that they weren't really able to trust their second line power play that much, especially when it wasn't rolling. Now with Christian Dvorak, they have a lot more flexibility, I think, to bring out a second line on the power play. And I think Christian Dvorak's going to thrive in that position personally. We shall see. Now all the Habs need to do is make another under the table deal with Tom Wilson to manhandle another Finn this offseason. Do you see more trades for Montreal? It's possible, Joel. I don't think it's like too likely. I mean, it could do some more, but cap space wise, they're right up there. So I don't think so. With the top 10 protected, it's become a pretty good steal for Montreal. Yeah, I think having that top 10 protection is huge. Like, the possibility of that being a top 5 pick would have sucked, especially in this next draft. But top 10 protected definitely makes a big difference, in my opinion. Yeah, at this moment, Montreal is the best end of this trade, but it all depends on how good Kotkaniemi plays next few seasons on who gets the best of this. Absolutely, Baldwin and Bearden. I 100% agree. But man, I'm so happy. This, and you guys know, back like 2 weeks ago, this is exactly the situation that I wanted Montreal to do. I wanted them to, once the Kotkaniemi situation happened, I was like, okay, I don't want them to match it. I just want them to get the picks back and get it for the better player, especially if they want to win now. It would make a lot more sense, and it would be a lot better of a center situation. And from the very start, I was like, okay, Christian Dvorak will be a really good option since he's kind of been in trade rumors a little bit. And hey, who knows? Maybe Montreal can make him fit. Right from day one, we wanted him in Montreal. Exactly like this too. Exactly like this, where you use the compensation picks back and you brought in a guy like Dvorak with it. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. And exactly what I thought they should have done. I like Dvorak. He's got 70 goal potential. Maybe he's 80 if he works in a shot. I'd take 30 goals. I'd take 30 goals from Dvorak for sure. 70, we'll get there when we get there. Oh my goodness, Philip with the Grab Gang membership legend. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Isn't that like 20 bucks? Thank you so much, Philip. Absolutely appreciate it. Can we get some Philip hype in the chat down below? Absolutely appreciate you, man. Love you. Love you. I mean, how long have you been here, man? So long. Absolute OG. Absolute OG. Thank you so much for all of it over the years, my man. We already look silly. What you mean? 70, 80 goals. Peter Hill, what are you smoking? Sam Reinhart gets traded for a first round pick, and Dvorak gets traded for a first and a second. Don't understand how these things happen. I mean, yeah, Reinhart is definitely the better player, but at the same time, too, like, I feel like if Reinhart was still available and the Habs traded for him now, it would have been like 2 first round picks in terms of value, like a first and maybe like another prospect that was a first round pick or something. It would have been that. Like, I feel like one of the main reasons why this trade is high for some people is because the Habs had no other choice. I mean, sure, they could have matched the Kotkaniemi offer, but since they didn't, they go out and get another center, and that's how the market is right now. You're going to overpay for a guy, especially if you're in Montreal's position where everybody knows you need a centerman, especially if you don't get Kotkaniemi. So for me, this makes a ton of sense, and again, even though it is an overpay, for Montreal, it's what needed to happen, and I'm still happy for it, honestly. But yeah, obviously I would have preferred Sam Reinhart. He would have been awesome. Oh my goodness, LCH. Oh my goodness, thank you so much to the 2 Canadian hearts coming your way. Man, love coming your way. Thank you so much for all of this over the past few days, really. Of course. We got the true insider in the house. Thank you so much. Can we get some LCH hype and some GOAT Coffee hype? Thank you so much to the 2 Canadian as well, man. There's a rumor about Kuznetsov out of Montreal. Yeah, I doubt that happens now. I really doubt. I don't think they're gonna go after both Kuznetsov and get Dvorak as well. I just don't see that happening personally. Dvorak 98 goals this year. I could see it. Can we get some LCH hype though and some GOAT Caulfield hype in the chat though? Absolute legends. Absolute legends. KK3, 5 goals in the AHL. Grab, can you explain the conditions and the picks? So basically what happens is the Arizona gets whoever's pick is higher in the draft. Montreal's or Carolina's. If it's top 10 protected, then Arizona gets the 2023 pick from Montreal. But whoever has the highest pick, if it's not top 10, Arizona gets that pick. So let's say Montreal gets like 17th overall and Carolina gets like 22nd. Then Arizona would receive the 17th overall pick while Montreal gets 22nd overall. So that's how it is. Which in some ways I think could also be pretty smart for Montreal, because when I was first reading that, I'm like, okay, that's a big win for Arizona, which it is. But at the same time, it also like is not top 10 or it's top 10 protected. So that's a factor. But also, you could have taken a big risk and traded like Carolina's pick. But imagine the scrutiny if Carolina was terrible next year, and then that's the pick you traded. I feel like for Montreal also covers them a little bit, especially with that top. Like if it was the lowest pick and it wasn't top 10 protected, that would have sucked and would have been the same problem. But since it is top 10 protected, I think it kind of alleviates some of those problems and a lot of them personally. Habs fan, what's going on? Hey, from the home of the Sounders in Ottawa, Patrick. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're having a great time. 3-hour stream. Have we been streaming for that long? Yeah, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for jumping in here and being just absolutely awesome. Love you guys. Check Jacob Chikrin's Twitter. Okay. Let me see. Oh, whoa. Okay. Wait just a second here. I mean, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm putting out a tweet. I'm putting out a tweet. I'm trying to make it as ironic as possible. I'm putting out a tweet. I'm putting out a tweet. Top 10 sentences said before disaster. Anyways. Jacob Chikrin is sad. Oh no, what will he ever do? What will he ever do? I wonder if there's a certain team that you could go to be a little bit less sad. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. What happened to Eric Stahl? Has not signed so far, Martin. Did the Habs trade for Dvorak or no? And if so, for what? Yes, they have traded for Dvorak. Justin, it is either the Canes or the Habs first round pick, whatever is lower, and a second round pick in 2024. Do you guys think Montreal will match the offer sheet? It's a little bit late for that, Theodore. Just a little bit late for that. Just a teensy little bit late for that. But we love you. We love you. So Arizona gets Montreal's better pick. I heard the worst pick. The better pick in the draft. Michael and Kloppel. What's going on, Michael? Hi, great move from the Habs. In with Dvorak and gone with Dvorak. And gone? No, in with Dvorak. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for coming in. Good to see you. And I agree. I agree. Chikrin to Montreal confirmed. You know it. Iceland tell. You know it. Arizona's a garbage team. NHL has kept this team afloat. Time to blow that team up. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing right now, right? Pretty much rebuilding completely. I'm going to Montreal. Woohoo! Hey, if Montreal gets Louis Eriksson, it's Stanley Cup time, baby. You plan the parade. Plan multiple parades. All of the parades. Every single parade. Can we trade our other first-round pick? I don't know. Though it could be... I'd have to think about that. Love this. Kotkaniemi is not worth $6.1 million. The Habs are right to let him go. Yeah, I mean, I think Dvorak is a big upgrade from the now. And personally, I think it's a big upgrade for right now. And if they want to win the Stanley Cup these next couple of years, Dvorak's a much better option having Kotkaniemi as your second-line center. So I'm okay with giving up the price for it. And I think Montreal, you know what? I'm on the board of Montreal being a playoff team now, guys. I'm on the board now. I'm on the board now. Check Montreal Twitter. They made a trade. I know, Colin. I know. It's we've gone through it now. We've gone through it. Let me actually change a little bit here. Christian Dvorak. All right, here we go. All right, give me a second. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. All right. Just changing the title and everything, just so it makes a little more sense for what we're talking about here. All right, there we go. There we go. Dvorak is a Butte last name. That is true. That is honestly true. Hey, girl, sorry I'm late. How's it going? Hey, no problem, Adam. Good to see you. Better late than never. It's going very, very well, man. It's going very, very well. Dvorak is a Montreal Canadian. You love to see it. I don't know if they're over the cap. I know they're close. I know they're close to the cap. I think they might be a slightly over, but if they put Byron on LTIR, I think they might be okay. I'm pretty sure. Man, LCH, just legendary. Just legendary. Wow. LCH is the man. The Habs are getting out this mess better than the Canes because they'll have to pay, or yeah, the Canes will have to pay $6.1 million for some time or let them go. Kevin, nice clickbait. What are you talking about, my man? Nice clickbait. You want to explain this? You want to explain this? Yeah, nice clickbait. Bruh, you seeing this right now? You seeing this right now? Yeah, definitely clickbaiting by saying Dvorak got traded. Nobody else has said that ever. Ever in the world. Not the Canadiens official Twitter account. Never. Nah. Jack Eichel news. Haven't heard too much right now, Christopher. In all honesty, who's their number one this next year? Suzuki. Definitely Suzuki. 100%. I'm still expecting a ton of trades in the next week. A lot of teams well over the cap. Yeah, that is true, Brutal Beast. I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. What about Drew Ramp playing as a center? I think this pretty much confirms that he's not going to be. Like if the Habs were truly comfortable with Drew Ramp playing center, I don't think they would have traded these assets for Dvorak personally. Greg, what do you think about Montreal's depth at center? I think it's a lot better now that they have Dvorak. I mean, you could go with Suzuki. You could go with Suzuki, Dvorak. You could go with Suzuki, Dvorak, then you could have a bottom six, top two center core of Jake Evans and Ryan Poehling, and I think that works out really, really well. Really, really well. Now, it's not like an elite center core, but it's a lot more manageable and actually could be a center core that makes the playoffs. So that, to me, is a lot more important. Oh, man. Oh, man. A bunch of man, this is interesting, guys. So now Jason Demers has also put out a message about Christian Dvorak. So not just Jacob Chikrin, but also Jason Demers. So this just shows how much of a locker room player. This just shows how loved Christian Dvorak is wherever he goes. And how he's such a, I mean, he's a leader as well, being the captain of the London Knights. Both Jason Demers and Chikrin being visibly sending out tweets wishing him luck, and Chikrin also being sad as well. This just shows just how important Dvorak was to these guys and will be for the Montreal Canadiens now, locked up for the next 4 seasons. So this to me is great news that the Coyotes players are sad, because it shows that he's going to be a really good team player and chemistry guy in the locker room as well. Want Kobe picks? Hey, I'll take those, Liam. Have you seen Dvorak's contract? Yes, wasn't it 4.45? I thought it was 4.45. Yeah, it's 4.45 for the next 4 seasons, which I think is perfectly manageable. Who makes it in the Atlantic Division now? It's so tough, man. It is so tough. I think Boston and Florida are the 2 locks. Tampa as the 3rd. You know what? I'm going to say 5 teams taking it in the Atlantic. Why not? Why not? Montreal's making it, baby. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be glorious. You know what? You know what? Absolutely. Absolutely, LCH. Do I have my place in the insiders now? Welcome to the new ones. I think LCH definitely has his place, for sure. For sure. Dvorak is like a young Barkov. I mean, isn't Dvorak older than Barkov? Yeah. Well, I mean, wait a second. I mean, like they're only a year apart. Barkov's 26 and Dvorak's 25. So he has a lot of catching up to do, I think. What's your favorite cereal? Definitely Lucky Charms. Just because of those marshmallows, baby. Just because of those marshmallows. Grab, don't jinx it. I'm sorry. Okay, Mason, I'm sorry. I'm just giving my prediction, man. Just giving my prediction. I still think Evans is 4C material and Habs needs someone better than Hyman on D. Yeah, that is true. I mean, looking at, actually, would they even play Hyman that much? I mean, to me, your top 6 is Petrie, Sherrod, Savard, Edmondson, Kulak, Romanov. That, to me, is your top 6. I don't really see why Hyman would play too much unless you're giving, like, big breaks to Romanov. But I don't really see why you do that, really. So that's what I see as the top 6. I see Hyman being the 7th guy there in case of injury. Korpisalo to Buffalo for first rounder 2022. Thoughts? No way Buffalo's giving their first rounder. No way. Or any first rounder for Korpisalo. Yikes. That would be terrible for them. Now, I'm a big hater of Korpisalo. And you guys know that. I don't like him too much. Like, I think he's pretty overrated. If he gets a first round pick, I'm going to die. If Korpisalo gets a first round pick and Fleury gets traded for free, I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up for sure. I'm going to cheer for, I'm going to go to some other sport, honestly. Flip Dvorak and some picks to Buffalo for Eichel now. I mean, maybe. I mean, that would be a pro strap by Mark Bergevin, honestly. I'd kind of like to see it. Hyman needs to get wider if he wants to get in the line. That is true. That is true, Theodore. Great point. Great point. Hyman has experience, whereas Romanov doesn't. Well, to me, Romanov, I think, could take that next step and be, like, he doesn't have to be, like, in the top 4. He can be, like, the 6th defenseman. I think he'd be fine there next year. If he takes that next step, of course. I think that the Habs are actually a better team now. Am I crazy for thinking that, Grab? Right now, compared to the playoffs, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, Caulfield will be playing in the regular season now officially. I would prefer no over Dvorak, but still, I mean, losing Tatar sucks, but you replace him with Hoffman, which it's more finishing. I don't think, I mean, Shea Weber not being there sucks, but Savard isn't a bad replacement. Honestly, thinking about it right now, I don't think you're completely wrong. And if Price can have like a really good regular season next year, the Habs are a playoff team, I think. They got a lot to look forward to, in my personal opinion. Oh my goodness, George with a 20! You absolute mad lad. You absolute mad lad. Thank you so much. Beef curtains. No idea what that means, but it sounds delicious. Thank you so much for the 20, brother. Can we get some George hype in the chat down below? My man is elite. My man is franchise. My man is legendary. Hall of Fame. Absolutely appreciated. You goat. Predictions on Kotkaniemi's potential contract extension with Carolina. Apparently, it was around. It was reported that it could be around like a longer term deal, around like $4 million, which would be definitely a risk for the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll see. But thank you so much, George, for the 20. My man. I appreciate you. Shut up about Korpisalo. He might be my favorite CBJ player. Oof, Jacob Voracek. All I gotta say is I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. Oh. I see. Yeah. I was gonna say there. I was kind of thinking in real time, like there's gotta be like something more to that, to beef curtains, right? There's gotta be something more. There's gotta be something more to that, right? I think there was. That's slim chance. Paying off. I should have put some bets on that. Dang it! Swiper, no swiping. Crap. I see Paling in the big league this year, and he deserves at least the 3rd line center spot. Interesting. I mean, I think he's going to be on the team for sure. I hope he does make that jump. Are you watching Capitals versus Rangers game opener? 100%, Bryce. 100%. We're probably gonna be streaming that game. How many points do you see Connor McDavid getting next season? I think it's gonna be a little bit less or so than people expect, just because it's a full season. But I'm gonna say like around 115, 120. I'm gonna want to Urban Dictionary that probably. Has anyone seen LCH and Mark Bergevin at the same room at the same time? I mean, I don't think we need to. We already know what's going on. I can confirm my info saying that there is no trade coming up. So there you go. Confirmation from our boy LCH. There is no second trade involved in any of this. So there you go. No second trade. Nobody else is going to be, or at least for now, nobody else is going to be traded to the to the Habs. So the Dvorak deal is what we are seeing today. There you go. Do you think Dvorak can break out now that he doesn't have to play for a Dogwater team? I don't think he's gonna like break out. I just think he's gonna be as good as is gonna have his best seasons in Montreal. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's already broken out a little bit in terms of his offensive play. But I think in terms of a fit as a second line center, I think he's gonna do pretty great in Montreal, honestly. Hey, Jennifer, can you give me a shout out? Of course I can give you a shout out, Jennifer. Of course. Sandra, I missed about an hour of the live stream and I missed the trade deadline. What happened? So, if you don't know what happened, Sandra, what happened was Canadiens did not match the offer sheet and they ended up going out and getting Christian Dvorak for 2 picks, a first rounder and a second rounder in 2024. Which of the 3 teams won today? I think Arizona won the most in terms of getting assets back, but honestly, I feel like all teams kind of won. I mean, Carolina gets JESPERI KOTKANIEMI basically for free, and Montreal finds a much better second line center option. Arizona gets the first they wanted and a second. I think it's pretty great for all sides, honestly. Yotes were not that bad last year. Didn't expect a huge growth in points, or don't expect a huge growth in points. I mean, the Yotes were okay last year. They had an okay second half. No, that's fine. That's fine, Patrick. Oh my goodness, Jetty with the 2 Canadian. Arizona has 3 first-round picks this year. That is true. That is true. Honestly, I do respect the Coyotes stacking up. And don't they have like 5 second-rounders too? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, man, they have 3 first. So let's just break down the Arizona Coyotes' first 2 rounds of the 2022 NHL draft. They have their first rounder in 2022. They have the Avalanche first rounder in 2022. They have the Habs or Canes 2022 first round pick. They have their own second round pick, the Islanders second round pick, the Flyers second round pick, the Sharks second round pick, the Canucks second round pick, and there you go. So they now have 8 picks in the first 2 rounds, and they're like, this is the off season before the year that draft happens. So they could have the next year, the next trade deadline, the next everything to make even more trades within that top 64, which is crazy to think about. The Coyotes are absolutely stacking up though, and honestly, massive respect. Oh, we've done a lot of shout outs to LCH, but it's absolutely deserved, Olivier. 100%. 100%. Just an absolute legend. Predicting everything. Everything. By the way, make sure you follow him if you haven't already. Thanks for the update, Grab. No problem, Sandra. No problem. Jonathan, Montreal's over the cap with the Dvorak contract. No, need a trade. They could end up putting Byron on LTIR. That is an option. I think they'd be like $2 million over the cap. But I feel like Byron, yeah, Byron makes like what, like 2 point, what was it? Let me just make sure. Makes 3.4. So yeah, if you put him on LTIR, I think they'd have enough. What's the first rounder conditions to the Yotes? So what happens is, Gabriel, whatever is the worst pick, whatever is the higher pick between the Habs and the Canes goes back to the Coyotes, but it is top 10 protected. So if it is a really good pick, then the Habs get it back and then they trade their 2023 pick to the Coyotes. But if it's like a 12 overall pick and that's like where the Habs pick, then that would go to Arizona. Do you think there's any possibility the Habs get Eichel? I think they're done, honestly, Emmeline. And we'll see. I mean, if getting Eichel would be awesome. I just don't quite see it, honestly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the 149 Canadian Bay Factor. Unicorn emoji. Thank you so much, Bay Factor. Absolutely appreciate you. Shout out to you. Charlie, what's going on? Do you think Dvorak will help the Habs? I think he definitely will help the Habs. He's one of the best center options out there. I think he could honestly be a boost they need to make the playoffs for sure. I think he's going to do great. Great things in Montreal. Great things. Also, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming in here today. This has been the best stream we've had since free agency, basically, which has been a while. It's been a while coming, and it's been really a month and a half since we had one of these big streams. But I just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of it, and all the nations, all the everything, all the new subs coming in here. You guys are absolutely legendary. Thank you so much. It's been such a fun stream. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours now, I believe. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but it's been so fun. It's been so fun. Will Radulov finish his career in Dallas? Honestly, I kind of think so, Bethany. He's just a big part of that locker room, honestly. What are your thoughts on the Wild's Winter Classic jersey? I think it sucks, Sandra. I put a community post out there on the channel if you guys haven't seen it already. I think it sucks. I think it's just horrible. It is just horrible. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll pull it up here real quick. Give me a second. I can pull it up real quick from the community tab too. So this is the Winter Classic jersey released by the Wild. Let me know. Thumbs up, yes or no. Is it a good jersey? Now, what you can't see in this, you can barely see it, but you can't really see it in this photo. But you can see on the so basically where the elbow is, there is like an elbow pad, like a brown elbow pad that just, like, I know they're trying to go for super old school, and I like that in Winter Classic jerseys. I liked it quite a bit for the Stars Winter Classic jersey a lot, as an example. But this just, it just doesn't look that good in my opinion, especially that stripe right by the NHL shield. That to me almost completely ruins it. The red shoulders to me also don't really look that great. Like, they kind of look misplaced. Like, for me, there's not enough red throughout the rest of the jersey for there to be just red shoulders out of nowhere. Like, what I really would have loved if they had that, like, cream color, because it is a little bit of a cream color, that white. If they had that cream color as the shoulder, and they had it from the collar to the shoulder, that would have been perfect. That would have been absolutely perfect. If they had that shoulder cream and they had that stripe removed, honestly, I honestly like the jersey. But there's still some other complaints. Obviously, I just don't like the elbow pad. It looks terrible. And the logo, like just so much words, so much letters on the logo, just kind of put me off a little bit. I would really love to see them use their shoulder logo, their M letter logo that the Wild usually have in their home and aways. That I think would have been perfect. But I know what they're going for. I just don't really like it. And even the tan pants, like, it just kind of doesn't fit for me. I don't know. Just a lot of it is off. And even like the lettering, like that lettering on the C, like, it looks completely different than the lettering on the logo. Is that just me? Like, it kind of just looks out of place. And everything about it just kind of looks weird to me. Like, even just imagining this jersey with ads on it, like, where would you fit it? Where would you fit it? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. I just don't really like it that much, really. I would, if I had to give it like a rating out of 10, let me know in the chat. 1 out of 10, what would you give this jersey? I would probably give it like a 3 out of 10 to be generous, honestly. Do you think my wife will come back to me for a first rounder? Definitely gonna have to put a sweetener on that one for sure, Canny. Sadly, probably like a third and like a Ryan Poehling on that. I'd say for sure, but you could get the deal done at that point, I think. Do you think Case is too much? 8.5 for 8 years. I think he'll be. He's not worth it yet, Jonathan, but I think he'll be worth that contract in like 2 or 3 years, honestly. Looks like an ugly Christmas sweater. That is exactly what I thought too. That is exactly what I thought. Jean Felipe, thank you so much for subscribing, and also Theodore with the 2. Tinted visors or colored laces, which is worse? Definitely the colored laces. I like tinted visors if they're purple. If they're purple. Alex Ovechkin's tinted visor, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. But colored laces just kind of look off to me, especially when they're like random colors like pink. Well, unless it's like a breast cancer awareness kind of thing. If one of the pick is top 10 to keep both first, yes. Better enjoy jerseys now. Soon they'll be all ruined by corporate logos. I mean, Koho, Reebok, Adidas, they've all been on the jerseys for forever now. Oh yeah, let me actually show the shoulder pads, Rye, because I think I tweeted it out a little bit ago. But yeah, let me show you the actual shoulder pads on this thing, because it does not work whatsoever. All right, let me show you guys this. Let me show you guys this disaster. Look at this. How do you allow this to be a thing? How? Why? Like, what is this? And even on this photo, the red shoulders look awful. Just awful. But like, how do you have those shoulder pads, man? Like, the thing that I know how much history and how much history with Minnesota hockey they're trying to put in the jersey. I don't care if it's a bad jersey. I don't care about the history if it's a bad jersey. Make a good jersey that also respects the history. Don't make an old jersey just for the sake of making old jerseys. Shoulder patches or elbow patches look horrible. Like, you don't see... I'm trying to think of an example here. Like, you don't see Nintendo trying to bring back the Virtual Boy because it's old and it's vintage. No, that sucked. It sucked. It was terrible and nobody liked it. Nobody likes elbow patches or like, what is this? It doesn't even fit the jersey at all. It just looks completely out of place. It just looks horrible. And I just don't understand. Like, I pay respect to the history second. Make a good jersey first. You're trying to get people to buy this jersey, and you do stuff like this. Why would anybody buy this jersey besides hardcore Minnesota Wild fans? Like, I get Wild fans, like some Wild fans buying this jersey, but like, you see, the most successful jerseys are often jerseys that are widespread appeal, like the Whalers jerseys, or just like the Quebec Nordiques jerseys this past year. Like, that sold incredibly well. Who's going to buy this that isn't a hardcore Minnesota hockey fan? Nobody. Because it sucks. It's not good. Oh my goodness, Mark Patry with a 2 Canadian. Thanks, bro. New sub here and a glad one. Mark, you legend. You absolute legend. Thank you so much, man. Can we get some Mark hype in the chat? Thank you so much for the 2 Canadian. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. And of course, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do so. I'll be wrapping up this stream in a few minutes' time, so if you have any last questions, get them to me. Yes, Cameron. Christian Dvorak is a Montreal Canadian. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. LCH hype. It is deserved. It is deserved. You know what? Let's get some LCH hype. Why not? Why not? Not the shoulder pads, the elbow pads. Plot twist, LCH is Mark Bergevin. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of expecting it. How strong do you think the Habs will be in the next few years, considering their prospect pool and youngsters now? I think they're going to be very, very good, Justin. I think you're going to see in these next, really, like 5 or 6 seasons, Montreal do pretty good. I think they could have a little bit of an interesting period where they might retool a little bit, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be just fine. Can you give me back my girlfriend, Graf? Sorry, I'm just so busy stealing at her. So I would love to, but I just sadly can't. I mean, it's just not happening. Maybe you give me a first, but it would have to be. It can't be lottery protected. Nah. With the Habs buyout price this next year, he's getting older and there will be more cap space. No, I don't think that. It would have to be like really later on in his contract, I think. Hey, Ryan, coming with the 2 as well. Sub grab. Another donation, Ryan. You legend. You legend. Can we get some more Ryan hype in the chat down below? Absolutely appreciate you. Martin says, compare Dvorak and Philip Deneau. I think there's a lot of similarities, but also a lot that differentiates the two. I think Dvorak's a much better goal scorer. Much better, and his finishing ability is fantastic. Meanwhile, Philip Deneau is much more of a playmaker, I would say. Philip Deneau I would prefer in terms of defensive ability. But also, Dvorak's been a captain in the past. Might be a better leader. Might be a more consistent player. Might be also a more versatile player that you can put on the power play and be excited about. Instead of Deneau, which power play wise did not work. But I really like Dvorak. I think Dvorak's more of a goal scoring leadership player, while Deneau's much more of a consistent defensive player. I think I would prefer Deneau, but with Dvorak getting $1 million less, I don't think it's too bad. I bet he could go at 50K subs before the season starts. Hey, Ian, that would be insane. I'd love that for sure. For sure. Right now, we're at 47,788 subscribers. Thank you so much for the new subs coming in. Let me update right now. And guys, subscribe if you're new. 12 away from 47.8, which will be a great milestone to hit. So everybody is appreciated. Love you guys, though. And thank you so much for spending. I mean, how long do we go now officially? I need to check. 3 hours and 47 minutes. You love to see it. What's everybody's thoughts on Pettersson? Elite player. Elite player. Have you ever met a Buffalo Sabres fan? Quite a bit. Chocolate. A lot on this channel too. Yeah, I think Cole Perfetti will make the Jets. I'm hoping so. He's so fun. So fun. Do you think that Cole Perfetti, or actually, never mind. Habs definitely need to rework Price's contract. Convo needs to be had. Price would agree. Give me, or give him some more money over a couple more years to be able to upgrade more if this isn't enough yet. Can you do contract restructuring during a contract? and like without buying him out or releasing him. That could be pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, Bills and Sabres, I mean, less so Bills, but Sabres fans are absolutely deserve much better than they've gotten so far. Like, Sabres fans are some of the most loyal, and like, to be a Sabres fan still in 2021 takes balls, man. Like, it's it takes some huge loyalty. So I think a lot of any Sabres fan that's still a Sabres fan, they're pretty awesome. For now, unless something happens, like very convincing trade for Dvorak, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Corey, Dvorak has been traded for by the Montreal Canadiens. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. I'll go all the way back. I'll go all the way back. My boy. My boy. You know what? Let's do this for an absolute legend. It's time for a tweet. It's time for a tweet. It is time for a tweet. Can we get some more LCH hype in the chat down below? Absolutely legendary. Hey, Robert Langan, thank you so much. Love your videos. Love you too as well, man. Good luck to the Red Wings this next year. Hoping they do well. Does anyone think Dvorak could play on the first line for a small part of the season? I mean, maybe. He did play for a little bit of the first line with Arizona. There we go. I just need to get my appreciation for an absolute GOAT. An absolute GOAT. I feel for Buffalo fans. Habs were terrible in the late 90s. Sabres fans exist. I'm one of them. Colton, massive respect to you, man. Massive respect to you. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for all the news we're going to get today. And again, from LCH, it doesn't seem like there'll be a second trade or anything else on top of that. Enter tap. Dvorak has just arrived to Arizona 2 days ago and had closed on a new home. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, I feel so bad. I feel so bad now. Hey, hopefully he secures a new home in, new home in Montreal. Let's hope. Let's hope. But yeah, thank you guys so much for everything. Whether you donated, been here, or just talked, or just liked, subscribed, whatever it would have been, thank you so much for all of it today. This has been a legendary stream, and I just want to I just want to say thank you guys so much. Can we get some more W's to end off today's live stream? But just thank you guys. I'm going to give shout outs to every single person in here right now. We got Alex L. We got Canny. We got Charkled. We got Chrissy. We got Colton Judd. Corey Hill. Dane Graves. We got Dominique. We got Don Montreal. Entertap. We got Finky. We got Have Fun. We got Hype Bro out of nowhere. We got Jacob Voracek. Jeff Boisberg. We got Jeff Chisholm. We got Jennifer Brady. We got Kevin. We got King Season. Kobe. We got Kyle Mercer. We got Liam Plays. Locust Paluzzo. We got Luigi. We got Martin. We got Mason McTavish. Mel LeBlanc. We got Patrick Flood. Patrick Rafferty. We got Max Richler. We got Paul Mitchell. We got Richard Clay. We got Rim. We got Robert Langan. We got Sandra Nanell. We got Sniper Viper 14. We got Steady Chills. Studio. The Frozen Biscuit. Theodore Hill. And Tie My Rope 2121. Thank you guys so much for all of it. And I guess a new video tomorrow. Mason McTavish, also a huge shout out, of course. E-Rich, big shout out to you as well, my man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Dvorak is a Montreal Canadian, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. 2 likes to go until 600. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Shout out to you, the Frozen Biscuit. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Big shout outs to you guys that stick throughout the whole stream. And we got exactly what we came for. A Kotkaniemi, no match, and a Christian Dvorak trade. We love to see it. Some LCH hype to end off. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. My next video stream. My voice is about to die. So I'm going to peace out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye. Have a good night. See ya.